All right. Okay. So
We're cousins then.
Okay.
fair enough.
I
Wait,
don't
Cat
blame you
Mike,
for that one.
how are we gonna introduce how are the characters gonna be introduced?
Excuse me.
How are the characters going to be introduced? Because
So what we're gonna do is before we start the campaign, before we start actually getting into the story, each one of you guys is gonna introduce your character, their name, what they do in the court, and basically because the thing is, all of you guys know each other. You're all part of the same court. So you're all going to know all this information. So this is just announcing this information to all the other people that are watching and to the other players here because they know this information. Their characters know this information already.
I don't know what part of the court I'm in.
You are a court-sanctioned assassin along with Cham. So basically, when the king comes to you, he says, "I need somebody bumped off." You go out and do it.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, welcome everybody to the D&D session. I am the co-DM, and I'm going to let the DM take over now.
All right, this is going to be a raging train wreck. So, like I said to everybody who is in this chat, if you are not talking, then you are muted. So everybody who is not talking is going to be muted. Whether that's through a physical button on your microphone or through Discord, I don't care. So we're going to go through, because for the chat, we're going to go through all the different characters because we have a lot of characters this time around. We got a good amount of players. We got 6 players coming in. Some people that you've met on here, some people that you haven't. So we're just going to go through everybody, and they're going to go with their characters. And I'm just going to go in order as I see them on the general chat. So, Cham, you're going to go first. You can introduce your character.
I'll go last.
Oh, I wanted to go last.
Okay. All right. Kane, you introduce your character.
I am Testicles, a court-sanctioned assassin.
And
what else?
What's your likes and dislikes? What do you look for in a victim?
Anything killable? I like long walks on the beach with my dog.
Also, describing your character physically would be helpful, even though you do have the picture, just to, let people get the idea of what you look like.
I'm a frog man. Half frog, half man.
He's a frogkin. He's a member of a race of tiny 2-foot-tall frogmen and he's an assassin. Yep. Okay. So, since Cham wanted to go last, then we'll go down to Raka. So, what is your character and what does he do? Raka, you there?
Good talk.
All right, we're going to skip past you, Vash.
God damn it. I am Jasper Von Dick. I am the court manager. I am the court bard. I love strumming my lute and spending time with my panda cub friend Kuma. And I very much love men.
How hard was it not to say panda cuck?
I should have fucking asked you what the panda name was. I should have just let you do it. I don't care though. All right.
I have dashingly blonde hair, an amazing 6-pack, and a big, pulsatingly large biceps.
So he's a standard gay guy. So over in San Diego.
Shut up.
All right. So we have Jasper. We have Kane's character, Testicles. Now we're gonna go down to Arch. What is your character?
My character is Syra Cavenport. Syra Cavenport is the court advisor, and she also runs most of the hospitals here in the city. As a side note, she is also a huge asshole, and her entire goal is to maintain the royal authority in this city, no matter what. She's a female human, a death-bound cleric, and she has all kinds of fun bits and bobs that she uses to make undead people, especially ones that our dear assassins drag back.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to go down to Velnos. Who is your character and what does he do?
My character is Drillark Morinci. He is the captain of the guard alongside being the personal bodyguard of the queen. He trains most of the cast.
You mean he's the personal bodyguard of the princess? The queen has been long dead.
Oh, okay. You said the queen last time, so whatever.
That was a misspeak by me. I apologize.
Nah, no problem. He also trains most of the courts in fencing, so they can do their duels with utmost proficiency.
Okay. So Raka, are you there? Because if you don't know, then you are muted.
I am here.
Okay, so you can explain your character because Champ said he wanted to go last.
I am Uhtred Cicero Jerome. I am a paladin, Kensei. I am also the religious advisor to the king. I cast this holy symbol against the sun, and I tell him what God wants. My word is law.
Bam. All right, Cham, you're up.
I am Curtis Swiftfoot. I am the royal assassin. I like to kill people with my pokey pokes. And I like long walks on the beach.
God, you're a fucking murder hobo.
Wow,
Okay.
you're-
Specifically dragging my
God, you're gayer than my character. Holy shit.
what was that,
Oh God,
Mr.
no.
Penis
Not
for
even
earrings?
close.
Specifically dragging my my victims across the water. That's nice.
Okay. All right. So just to reiterate that with the chat, that means Cham is playing a rogue assassin, Kane is playing a ranger assassin, Hoden is playing a paladin Kensai, Vash is playing a bard bear lord, Arch is playing a cleric bone knight, and Velnos is playing a fighter Justicar. So if you want to go look up all that information, you very much can. I am not going to sit here and fucking explain it to you. So now that that is out of the way, we can get through with the setting. So basically, the idea at this point is that you guys are in this court, but there has been problems lately, and the main problem is that the kingdom is moving closer and closer to war. Okay, Vash, I'm going to go over this, and then we'll fill him in after, but I'm not waiting anymore. So basically what happened is that King Joshua is very, very fearful that the empire or that the kingdom is going to get drawn into war with an order of dragonborn that have taken over the Fire Sand Wastes. They're known as the Black Scale Order, and basically they plan to conquer the kingdom of Nexus as their last conquest of the southern of the south, because they've already taken over the mainland pretty much. But the problem is that to the north, the kingdom of Calgar, which is the largest kingdom on the continent that you guys played in your previous campaign, and that was also the base for Cripple Island. Basically what happened there is that they're kind of separated from it to an extent, because in a previous incident, let's put it that way, the Elven Forests were decimated because somebody in a flying ship with a deck gun decided to blow up their magical tree that gave the forest life, and then proceeded to turn it into basically a massive burned out demilitarized zone.
I have no regrets. Fuck you.
I'm aware you have no
You
regrets.
killed the Goblin Queen's fox, you motherfucker.
I had no regrets.
And Owlbear.
No,
regrets.
Rocket killed the owlbear.
Yeah, give him credit for my stuff.
I was blaming all of you together.
Just me.
I mean,
Okay.
Cham also killed Kane. But regardless, the past is past, the future is now. So
Features now,
basically,
Rogue
Shut up,
So
I can
basically-
figure that.
So basically, the country of Calgar is kind of turning a blind eye to the south. They don't really care. So you guys, the Nexus is pretty much on its own. And the problem is that the Nexus is a series of islands, kind of like the Philippines. So you guys have a really strong navy, but not a really strong army. So you're kind of, if the navy
do.
goes down, you're kind of susceptible to something. So this is basically on a day when it's kind of a normal day in the court. Everybody, you guys are all there. The king and the king is on the throne. He's listening to his basically his financial advisor, the kingdom's treasurer, on where they should be investing money for this. And he's also asking for some of you guys if you have any suggestions on where to put money in order to help with the defenses should you need them. And it's a dead house.
I
So
think I
apparently,
confused them.
I,
Sorry,
for one, think we should put more money
Let 'em in.
into our defense budget, especially in the training of troops currently. We very little amount of troops at the moment.
waste time training apes how to slaughter. We need to give money to the church and invest in God. God will lead us to victory.
There
Yes,
is
I
no
but-
God.
I don't think indulging in your religion would be effective on training more troops. What
I
we
agree.
should invest in is better training, better trainers, better equipment, and proper recruitment
the
for members.
Oh, I very much agree there.
the king will side with the master at arms, the assassin, and the bard. So he agrees that he should probably put more gold towards the training of troops, and he sends out his scribe. At the same time, his daughter Veronica walks into the room. She comes up to him, gives him a hug, and looks over to her favorite sword teacher and cutely gazes at him, asking if he would please teach her how to give her another fencing lesson. Keep in mind, this girl is 14. You don't have a right to do anything.
As I sheath back my blade.
I knew I had to say that before you said something horrible, and that had to get clarified later.
Do you
So
want-
her
do you
favorite
want me to
fencing
voice
teacher
it?
is Velnos.
Alright then, let's start today's lesson.
Yay!
All right, since she's playing the NPC, you guys can play this out for a little bit, and then while that's happening, you other guys can think about what you're going to do. So I'm going to let this scene play out.
Remember, no touchies.
That's the point.
I meant to the
Mm.
others.
I mean, don't worry about that, sweetheart. I don't swing that way.
Except him, that's the gay friend.
Alright,
This is
lift
going
up
to
your
be
sword, grab it
You're
with
just
both
afraid
hands.
to be with a frog.
Remember to grab forward with your dominant hand and backwards with your other hand.
You mean like this? I'm not doing that voice. You mean like this?
Yes, exactly like that. Now hold it up, point facing me.
Okay.
Okay. So as you're teaching this, Purity, you're going to have to roll for the princess to see if she is retaining any of this knowledge. So that would be an intelligence roll. So roll a d20 in the dice pot. All right, that's a 10. And you have a decently high intelligence, so you probably get like a +2 to that. So that's a 12. So you're retaining most of it. You're getting the gist of what he's saying.
This isn't so hard.
Now I want you to try and pass the blade under mine as I try to start tap the blade, my blade.
By the way, your mic's really, really whistling.
It is.
Yeah, I can hear the whistle in the back. Is that just background noise or is that mic sensitivity?
The whistle is probably my laptop.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. If you
Do you
just
still hear it?
no.
Okay, now it's gone.
It's because I have the mic.
Yeah, I
close to
saw
my
that.
face.
He's fine. We'll get to him later. All right. So you guys are busy doing your little sword lesson. At the same time that's happening, Raka, I don't know what you plan on doing, but I figured I'm going to go to Raka and Vass and Arch and see what do you guys want to do right now, because I'm going to lump kind of Kane and Sham's actions together because they're kind of hanging out being bros.
Man, look at my blade.
God damn.
Hey,
All right.
fucker, look at my blade.
All right. So what are you three doing with your time currently?
You talking
Any of
about,
you?
talking about me or Vash and them?
I'm talking about you, Vash, and Arch. What are each one of you doing at the moment? Because now that that kind of thing is over, where he asked for your input, you guys can choose what to do currently, whether you want to go do your duties or whether you want to go and do anything else.
I just want to play and stand around and play with my Kuma.
You need
Okay,
to
so
find
you,
God. That's what you need to do, little one.
I don't
Alright.
need God. He can kiss my sweet ass.
Okay, so Vash, you're going to play with the panda?
Yes.
Okay, you can go over and play with the panda. That's just going to happen in the corner. You don't need to roll for that. Raka, I guess you're just going to stand there and berate him for playing with a panda?
No, I'm gonna go to the church and collect donations.
Okay. All right, so you leave the room, so you're on your way there. Arch, what are you doing?
I'm going to follow through with these funds that have been dispatched to start training soldiers and see about establishing an actual training ground for these people.
Okay, so what you're going to have to do is the treasurer is nearby. He just kind of walked away from the king to do some writing and stuff. So you're going to have to grab him, and he'll go with you to the treasury to withdraw the funds and make sure everything's all set, and then you guys can start training troops.
Sounds fine by me.
Okay, so you walk up to him. Says, "Oh, hello there. What do you want?"
Well, as you may have heard, the king has asked for the funds to be dispatched for a new troop regiment that we're going to be training. I wanted to make sure that it went through properly and that we are going to have a place for them to actually train, especially have a few of my personal healers on hand to make sure the training goes faster.
That's a good idea, sir. All right, well, let's go down to the gold vault and we'll withdraw some funds, make sure that we get that going, and then we'll just have to do another draft and see if we get any young men or women or anybody that can hold a sword, really.
We do seem to have quite a bit of frogs in the kingdom, so I don't think we're very exclusive.
I mean, to be fair, it's a very wet place and they are very far from home. Okay, so he's going to go with you, so you guys leave. Rocky, you're going to the church. So I don't know if Kane has come back yet, but if he hasn't, then I'm just going to let Cham kind of do his thing. I can play Kane a little bit if he's not here.
I'm just going to drag freaking Kane with me to go with the paladin.
So you're gonna go to the church? Okay.
Oh, we're going to the church, but we're not going to church.
Well, no, I know you're not going to church. You're a fucking frogman. All right, so
and our god is Kermit.
I mean, it makes sense. Okay.
No, fucking remember what we were saying when we were talking?
Why not?
Yes, I remember.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so you guys are going to go in the same direction as. Oh, okay, Kane, you are back. All right, so you and Cham are actually. Okay, so Cham, you and Kane are going off to the chapel to follow. Why are you guys posting in general? You're in the same chat with each other. Also, I need to turn off the notifications on that so I stop fucking hearing it.
You just put your thing on Do Not Disturb.
No, because I only want to do certain things in case I need to. Okay, 8 hours. There we go. Okay, so you guys are now off doing your own thing. So I am going to roll a d20, and we're going to see where this is going to go. All right, 6, so it is not going to go very good. All right, so Raka, Cham, and Kane. So this scene is going to involve all of you guys because you guys are going in that direction. And Arch, you might be aware of it if you hear certain things. Cham, what are you rolling for?
Oh, I am rolling. Fucking, I have a hotkey, so.
Oh, okay. I saw your thing. I thought you were rolling something, so don't worry about it. Okay. So you and Kane and Raka are all going to the chapel, and as you're walking down to the chapel from the palace, keep in mind that the way the island kind of sets up is there's kind of a little bit of a tree ring that's around the forest, it's around the main city. It's a fairly large island, but right after you get past the trees, then you actually hit the beach and the landing area, and it's relatively flat, except for where the castle is. It's been built up, so the castle is kind of up higher, just for tactical reasons. So as you guys are going down to the chapel, you start seeing what looks like smoke coming from the woodland area, as well as explosions.
Okay. I'm gonna jump onto the roofs and start.
Okay, so you're gonna jump onto the roof to, I assume, whatever the nearest building is, or you're pretty much at the chapel. Do you want to jump up on the chapel because it's probably the tallest thing?
Sure.
Okay, so you're gonna make a jump roll.
Which
which is ridiculous. I'm aware of it. You still got to make the roll.
Oh, plus 19 to that. Put 19 to that as well.
Okay, you definitely you leap right up to the top of that, and you do a little frog assassin parkour move up there, and you're basically standing like on top of the steeple, like Altair style.
Okay, I'm going to
roll. You can roll perception to see what you see.
All right.
Kane and Raka, you can also do stuff. Oh, we have our first nat 20 of the evening on the second roll.
Son of
Oh,
a.
and of course it was Jam.
Course.
I rolled a nat 20!
I mean, we're using a
I told
fucking
you.
robot. We're using
The
a robot.
dice pot is rigged on his favor.
Oh, you should
well,
think
I mean,
about
the dice pot is called rigged like the election. So,
me.
yeah, I know. All
Jam
right,
coming
so,
in with those mail-in rolls.
all right, so Cham, I'm just going to tell you what you see, and then you can decide whether to relay that information to Kane and Raka. As you look out, you squint your eyes and put your hand over them so that you can kind of get the sun out. And as you look, you see that there appears to be an armada of black ships that are on that side of the island. And when I say armada, I mean hundreds of ships.
I'm gonna pull out my signal whistle. I'm gonna start fucking blaring that shit to them.
Okay, that's gonna be
Raka
okay.
and
So because you're trying to blow into it with all of your might, you're going to need to do a Constitution roll.
Constitution? Okay.
Yep.
And that's
That would
Isn't he
be
a frog?
your
The
kind of-
frog can have lips.
He's using a whistle, like an actual physical whistle.
Oh. Oh, I thought you meant one of the whistles that you blow into.
Nah. Well, yeah, he's using like a coach's whistle, kind of.
That's a signal whistle.
Except bigger. Yeah, it's specifically called a signal whistle. You can buy it out of the book. But all right. So you rolled a 9. So you kind of it's loud enough where the people in the general area can hear it, but not really loud enough so that a lot of people can hear it. But they do know what that sound is, and they immediately begin running to their homes and yelling and screaming at other people that there is something coming. They just don't know what. Kane and Raka appear to both be confused. You can both, so you guys can ask him. He can tell you what's going on.
Well, they're on the ground floor. I'm on the top of the fucking church.
Yeah, but they can see you. They're outside. You could also jump down.
You can
I'm gonna
also
jump
shout.
up to where he's at, but I'm gonna jump up as badly as possible.
I don't think you can specifically do that unless you roll low. So you can roll your dice to see what happens. It's the same as him. It's going to be a jump roll, and since you're a frogkin, you get an automatic +10 anyway.
Oh God.
But mine was 19.
Yeah, exactly. He has a +19 to jump because he's a freak. Yeah, so
Oh,
25.
God.
So you're up there.
Damn it. I'm trying to think of a good voice for this character. I'll think of it. Hey man, what do you see?
Yo, diggity dog, home skillet. Over there, I see a bunch of fucking armada shit. Man,
Hey, what's an armada, you dig? Oh,
armada, homie, is a motherfucking bunch of shit.
Okay. I feel
What
like
about
that's gonna. I feel like those accents are gonna lead to bad things.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
Possibly.
I am fucking thinking this out. I'm like double checking in my head. I'm trying.
Okay, but you be careful.
I'm trying.
You already have him on the mute button just in case.
Alrighty.
There's a bunch of fucking ships, man. And they're not ours. You dig? Does Rocket hear that?
I did, and I said, I told you Jesus was going to send his almighty army to come wipe out the sinners. I told you to give money to the church, and y'all did not listen.
We're
You
not-
doing
All I
the
want
end
to
is
God, his name
die.
is Kermit.
You doing the end is die type of thing. God damn it, I love that. Okay. All right, so you guys have now spotted this. Arch, you're on the other side of the island going to the treasury, but you do hear explosions.
Now my immediate question is this a normal event with these people running around in the kingdom, or is this something I should be
Okay.
concerned about?
Well, basically, there's only one of two things. If you want to make an intelligence roll to see if you can discern what it is, you can. But there are sometimes naval exercises where they fire cannons, but you don't necessarily know if that's what it is. Okay.
Pretty sure I'm just pretty okay with whatever's going on.
Well, the other thing is you get your intelligence modifier added to that. So what's your intelligence modifier?
It'd be a +2, which wouldn't be much.
No, okay, that would be a 7. So, you just think it's exercises. You don't really think of anything of it, and you continue on. And in the castle, you guys don't even know what's going on yet. So, so we're just gonna go back to Cham and Kane and Raka and see what they're going to do now that they have this information.
I'm running towards the explosions.
Okay, so you're gonna go towards the explosion. Kane and Raka, are you gonna follow him?
Oh, dude, let's totally go near them big poopy clouds.
Yes.
Bro, don't forget the turtle wax.
A good shepherd always looks after his flock.
Dude, turtle wax.
Is one of them now Michelangelo?
This was my first thought, actually, was that Kane is doing the Michelangelo thing as a frog.
Yes.
No, we used to make fun of our buddy. It was turtle wax, bro.
God damn it. Okay, so all three of you guys are moving towards the beach. Now there is a
I'm on top of the roofs. I'm still on the roofs. I'm just giving that heads up.
You're going across the roof, so you're gonna have to make, even though it's kind of pointless, you're gonna have to make a jump roll that for the action of going over all the roofs. I'm not gonna make you make a jump roll for every single one. Okay, yeah, you do it. So Kane, are you gonna follow him on the rooftops, or are you gonna go on the street with Raka?
On the street, bro.
Okay,
well,
so
you're a ranger. You might as well just be on the roofs. You have
it doesn't matter. By the time you get to the beach, it's all going to be flat ground anyway.
Yeah, dude. Come on, bro.
So, all right. So you jump down and you're going to run with Raka. So you guys are just going to keep moving. Cham, you rolled high, so you can go across the rooftops. So it takes you probably about 10-15 minutes to make the actual trip. To actually get to the forest, and as you get to the forest, you start seeing, you hear more explosions, and you start seeing more fire coming from near the beach, but it's coming from on the water, and you're not 100% sure what you're seeing because there's a lot of trees in the way so far. You're going to have to get closer in order to do it, or you're going to have to climb up in the trees so you can see over the canopy.
Fuck it. You know what I'm going to do.
All right, roll.
Back again.
Why did you just roll?
I gotta make you roll. All right, so because if you actually did roll a nat 1, even if it's a +19, I still had to make you fail somehow. So all right, so you managed to get up into the trees and you get up to the top, and as you look, you see that they are Nexus ships that are lit ablaze, and some of them appear to be sinking. A lot of the sailors appear to be diving off of them and into the water, attempting to swim for the shoreline. And you also notice that there's a large grouping of ships. Smaller ships like, dinghies and large ships that can take like 10-15 soldiers, and they're all rowing towards the beach. You also notice that the flags on the ships at this point, because you're closer, are that of the the Order of the Black Scale.
Okay, I'd like to do a perception, see if there's like a ship with a general or some sort.
You want like a capital ship, if there's like a central ship to the flotilla. Yeah. Okay, roll perception.
What's mine? I need to check my perception bonus.
You should have a base perception bonus.
I don't even know where my perception's at. What the fuck?
Should be right there on the sheet up near the top. Or it's a passive perception, or bring up the sheet. Grapple, base attack, spell resistance, initiative, touch, foothold, AC, fortitude, reflex, will, wisdom. Your perception is in. Well, technically, it would be the search skill. I think that's your perception. I think technically it would be.
Okay, so
usually they have passive perception, but I can't remember if they actually do in 3.5. So you're plus 10.
Yeah, I already put the +10, so it's 22.
Okay, so when you look out, you see that there is one very large ship that is in the middle of the flotilla. It's surrounded by a lot of smaller warships, and you can barely see it. It's very. There's a lot of fog and stuff out on the sea, which probably makes sense for why they chose today to come into shore. So as you're looking, you can kind of see the silhouette of a very large ship, and you can see the mast sticking up from the top of the fog. It's a massive ship.
I'm gonna jump in the water and start swimming towards it.
You're aware that there are literally hundreds of vessels that are in front of you, right? Like soldier dinghies and stuff.
I'm also a frog.
So you're gonna swim under the water?
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna have to run to get to the beach fast enough. Get there. Kane, are you also going to follow him? Do you also have the amphibious ability?
Sure, why not?
Okay, Rock, are you gonna do anything?
No, I'm not gonna go follow him into the water. I'm just gonna kind of stand there.
You're just gonna stand there.
I'm gonna take a swim, bro.
You're just gonna stand there and watch this happen.
Well, I do give off an aura for them, so which increases their charisma by 4.
Yeah, but are they still gonna be within range of that, or is that a timed thing?
Hang on a second.
Because they're going to be like a ways away from you by the time they get to this ship, like probably like a quarter of a mile.
Hey, disregard that one. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump as far forward as I can from the tree.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Featherfall on myself.
You don't have to. You have frog legs.
Okay.
He just wants to show off.
All right. So you jumped probably about. I think what is you? It does list your jump distance as a frog. I'm fairly certain it does. That goes into your movement speed.
Strong legs. North first tenfold. Movement. I don't see anything. Hold up. Let me take a look at Frog Ken. Fucking.
Okay, height, base, weight. Yeah, it doesn't actually say your movement speed. Like the thing is, you have basic movement speed. Like you can jump, but you're only going to jump like 30 or 40 feet in front of you, and then you're going to have to roll to jump again. It's faster to actually just run if you're running across the ground.
Well, remember, I'm on top of the tree.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Actually, fuck that. I'm not gonna just stand there. I have a griffin. I'm gonna fly over there.
You bought a griffin?
I get one because I'm a paladin. I get a special mount.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna fly there with the griffin. Okay.
Yep.
So, all right. So, Raka, you're going to fly towards this thing with the griffin. Keep in mind, none of you have chosen to actually report this back to the king. You've simply allowed a bunch of stupid villagers to do it. So most of them don't give a shit. They're going into their houses and barricading themselves inside so they don't get burned, so they don't get brutally murdered and possibly other things happen to them. So the people in the castle still have no idea about this. So Cham and Kane, you are going to reach the water well before this flotilla of boats comes in. So you guys are able to swim under the boats. You're going to both have to roll stealth rolls to make sure that they don't spot you. Because it is pretty clear water. It's like Caribbean.
Let's see. Which is...
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Which is pretty much hide.
Arch, you're correct. So it is search. Yes. Search and listen. Thank you.
So, which...
Because
there's no stealth roll. It's just hide.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean by stealth roll. Sorry. 3.5 is weird with the skill name.
Yeah.
So that's your stealth roll. So 17. All right, Kane, you're also going to have to make one, and it's your hide skill.
I'm also going to make a swim roll.
Which is like isn't that like a plus something ridiculous for you?
No, it's just +9.
Okay, so Kane, and you're also going to have to make a swim roll, Kane.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a search roll for...
Wouldn't they be more occupied with the Griffith?
The ships might, but the guys on the boats don't have anything that's going to harm the Griffin. The big boats they can because they got cannons and shit.
That's a
natty one.
Okay, so
that's a swim roll.
Yeah, that's your swim roll. So you're kind of just like flailing along, but it doesn't really matter because you're amphibious. You can't actually drown.
Oh,
so
really
you're
I somehow drown.
Rocka needs to send me a picture.
Okay. Raka, whenever you want to, just send her a picture to use on the stream so that they have a visual representation for you.
Raka, do me a favor. Send a
Okay,
picture of
I got you.
Vector from Despicable Me.
God damn it. Okay. All right. So Cham, your rolls were okay. So I'm gonna roll for the people, for not the people, but the Dragonborn that are on board the ships. So they rolled a 9 for their search. So they're not, so they don't really notice either of you because both of you rolled higher than a 9. So the only thing is the Kane, it's going to take you a little longer to get there, but it does. You guys eventually do get underneath the large ship. Now, Raka, everybody's also going to roll to notice the Griffin that is flying through the sky, at least from the bigger ships, because the little ones notice you and they're pointing. Okay, they definitely notice you on the bigger ships, so they're going to be launching a bombardment of cannon fire with grape shot. So you are going to have to roll a ride skill to make that Griffin miss all those fucking cannonballs.
Well. It just so happens I invested a lot of points into Ride.
All right, well, they're going to roll 1d20, but because there's so many ships, they're going to get a +10.
Well, fuck.
Yeah. Okay. So, the cannons that they are using, and hang on a second, because I need to make sure that the stats are correct. All right, so these are all light cannons. They're not heavy cannons, except for the main boat. The big boat has heavy cannons, but the smaller ones do not. Now they are using grape shot, which I think would really more or less count as chain shot. So basically, what's going to happen is they take a -3 penalty to the attack roll, but since they rolled high enough, it doesn't really matter. They're going to hit. So that is going to deal 4d8 damage to you, and that is per hit shot. So they didn't hit too many shots with you, but they hit enough. So you're probably going to take 8d8 damage to the Griffin. I'm not sure what the Griffin's health is.
I actually got it written down. It gets 70, 10 plus 21 hit dice. So you can roll it, or it actually has in parentheses 59.
Okay, so it has 59 health. It just took 42 damage. So that thing is falling out of the sky now because again, it was grape shot, so a lot of that is going to also hit the wing. So he's taking a nosedive right now through the water. You're going to need to roll a ride save to pull him up.
Word.
Okay.
Dude, what is up with this bot? I hate this fucking
Okay. So I'm just gonna do a quick counter roll with the Griffin to see if the Griffin can will himself to being. The Griffin does not will himself to being. So you're going straight down into the water. And also you were a fair amount in the sky. Like you were a decent amount. So you're gonna take so you and the Griffin are both gonna take damage upon hitting the water.
not gonna happen.
So
Hold on.
what are you gonna do?
Do I see this?
You're under the water, so no, you don't. And you're right under a ship, so all you can look up and see is like the hull of a ship.
I'm gonna go ahead and lay on hands.
Okay.
Which is 10 plus my level times charisma for healing.
Okay, are you going to use that on the Griffin or you?
The Griffin.
Okay, so roll your healing roll. Then you have enough time to use that before you hit the water.
Well, no, it's just straight 10 plus, so it's 15 or no 16 times 2.
So 32 health is what he would regain.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means he's going to be still not be full health. He's still going to be minus 10 HP, but he's going to be healed enough where his wings might be able to fly again. But the problem is he's about to hit the water. And again, you were a fair amount up. So what I'm going to do is calculate the fall damage. And I think usually fall damage is 1d10 per 10 feet. Normally, if you're hitting the ground. So you were about 100 feet up, but because it's water, I'm going to say you're only going to hit with half the damage. So you're going to take 5d10 damage, both of you. So 10. All right, so you're both going to take 39 damage. What's your health?
Jesus Christ.
You're already
dead. Oh, God.
What Raka, what's your health?
10.
How is
Died.
your health 10? You're a level 6.
Holy shit.
I don't know. Like, it's fucking... I get 1d10 for a paladin.
You get 1d10 per level.
Oh, yeah. I didn't add any of that. Hold on.
Yeah, no, roll that so you know what your actual health is, because you're going to get 1d10 for the first 5 levels, and then for the Justicar level, I believe it is also a d10. So roll 6 d10s to actually calculate your health. So I know how much you're going to take. You're going to take 39 damage, and also... okay, so your health is 45. So you have 6 health, and you're now underwater. And
well, no,
you're...
55. Yeah, because you start with the... Yeah, it starts with 10, like the max. It's like level 1, you just get the full, and then at each level you roll.
Right.
So yeah, I started with the 10. That was where it came from. So I'll have 55 and minus.
Well, you've only well, so, yeah, okay. So all right. So you have 55 health. You took 39 damage, so that means you only have 16 health remaining, and your Griffin also took 39 damage. Which, what does that bring him down to?
He was at minus 10, and he had...
What? Wait a minute. How could he be at minus 10 health?
No, he had minus 10 health, is what you said, like, for where his max was, because that healed him.
Yeah. So he was missing 10 health from his maximum. So what is his health now, adding in 39 damage? Healed him, and then...
So he was at 49, so he's got 10 life left.
All right, so you guys are both underwater at this point, and also all of the ships, the little troop ships that were around you, now realize exactly where you went in the water. So there's a bunch of them just kind of circling around with spears and poking them down into the water, trying to find you, because now it's all foamy and stuff from all the ships being around. So they can't really see you that well, but there's a bunch of spears that are poking down into the water. So if you go anywhere near the surface, you're probably going to get stabbed.
What? Hold up.
So now we're gonna go to Raka, not to Raka, to yeah. What are you rolling for?
Oh crap! I forgot I also put search. So that's a 23. Do I see him?
You see both of them at this point because you saw them crash into the water because it was a fairly large implosion. So you and Kane are both aware of at least the implosion, not necessarily what happened, but you know something happened over in that area. If you're rolling a search check, you'll be able to know that it was Raka and the Griffin.
Yeah, I roll so 13, and that was a plus 10, so that's a 23. But I went to use swim, but for some reason the die spot's down, so I'm grabbing my fucking die.
Is it? Because I think I can use it just fine.
Yeah, for some reason it won't go through.
Did you
That is
break
odd.
Dice Spot? Oh my god, he broke Dice Spot.
No,
God.
it's processing all the information.
Probably all that
Should do all the
fucking with that
rules
first
in a bit.
20 of the day being the second roll. It's like, I'm done.
Its rigging days are all over now.
All right, so that's a 23. So I see him, right?
Yes, you rolled a 23, so you see that it is Raka and the Griffin. Kane, you're going to have to roll search to actually identify what it is.
1 second. I gotta pull up something different because I don't know where my dice are at.
This is kind of stupid. Surprised that the dice spot crapped itself for some reason. Usually doesn't. Okay, his worked.
Was it something you guys were writing?
Cham's using hacks.
Oh,
Cham's
it's
using
because you were
hacks.
using plus.
No, like it does plus normally too. You can use. You're supposed to be able to use plus with it. We've used it before.
Yeah, it's. So wait, what am I
Maybe-
rolling for again?
You're rolling to see if you recognize what the big implosion was in the water that was near you.
So that
Okay,
would
so
be
now the
certain.
pluses work. So you roll the same thing as Cham. So
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, that was Valnos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are
I
you
got
rolling?
a 13.
So I'm swimming. I'm swimming towards Raka, specifically Raka, because I can't grab the fucking,
13. Do you get any additions to your search, or did you just roll a 13?
No, that was with the additions.
Okay. So you know that there's something happened over there, and you see that Cham is swimming towards it. So you understand that there's something important going on.
So,
Cham, you rolled a 27 for a swim check, I believe.
yeah, I'm swimming. Since I can't get the Griffith, it's not saying Griffith. It's Griffin.
Griffith.
I can't get Griffin, so I'll grab a fucking Raka.
Is that from where I think it's
God
from?
damn it.
Well, okay, so you're gonna go over and grab him and swim away with him to help him
Yeah.
out to get him out of there. Okay, so you swim over, and you're gonna have to do a strength roll to grab him and swim with him. So you're gonna do a swim roll, but it's gonna be a disadvantage. So you'll take a -4 to swimming with that. That's assuming that he's also willing to cooperate with you.
That's a plus. So that's a swim roll.
Swim roll -4 to whatever you have generally.
So that's a 20. That's 22.
Okay, so Raka, are you going to do this willingly? Are you going to grab onto him and swim away with him so he can get you out of there?
Yeah, and I'm gonna grab my griffin by the foot. drag
Okay,
him with him.
Cham, you're going to take You're going to take a -10 to that because you're also dragging a griffin with you, which is still a 16. So you're able to drag them out of there. But Raka, you and the griffin are both going to have to roll Constitution saves because you're holding your breath this entire time.
That's dope. I can deal with that. But watch the bot fuck me on this one again.
How the fuck?
What?
No, the XSplit messed up, so I have to reset a couple of things for the screen.
You want us to pause?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
It's something about Raka's fucking image keeps fucking everything up, but I think I fixed it.
So yeah, Raka, you're going to have to roll for you and the griffin. All right, so you're fine. And the griffin
Griffin's constitution.
should have a decent constitution.
That's that somewhere. Hang on.
I can pick it up.
Aha! I found it. It's got a +8 to its con save.
Okay, yeah, he's probably going to be fine. But you can roll that just to see. Yeah, no, okay. So you guys are both fine. So you're both able to hold your breath long enough for Cham to swim you over underneath the large ship. But you guys need to now immediately go up for air because you've been underwater for like well over a minute and a half.
Oh, all right. So we're underneath the big ship.
You're underneath it, so you can come up like right next to it and get some air, and you might be okay. There, most of the little dinghy ships are all going towards the shoreline by now.
All right. So I'm right behind. I'm dragging him. I'm right behind the
Okay.
big ship. I'm gonna toss my grapple hook onto the back. I'm gonna tie it to the griffin, so he'll be able to just float, like be dragged, and so fucking Rocket could climb up as well. So I'm just gonna jump out of the water into the onto the ship.
So does the
You can't jump out of water, Jam. It's a liquid.
No, I'm
You
gonna
can't
grab
jump
onto
out.
the thing. The
Oh, okay, yeah.
just
If you're gonna
leverage
pull
down
yourself
and
up out
jump
of the
up.
water with the rope, that's something else. So, okay, so you're gonna do that, but I'm gonna put a hard pause on what you guys are doing right now, so we can get back to the rest of the crew because they need to be involved now because you guys have had a lot of time now to do this whatever you're doing. So. That means Cham, Kane, and Raka, if you guys can mute while I go with these guys. So Arch, you keep hearing explosions. You're starting to become very concerned with why you're hearing so many explosions.
Just off getting a coffee, enjoying my day, and I keep hearing all these damn explosions. Is this some kind of Independence Day here?
No, that's not until next week.
Oh, that's...
So you can roll again to your intelligence to see if you can discern what it is, because you now don't think that it's been long enough where you don't think it's some kind of a training exercise. Okay. Nope. You are just kind of just indulged in what you're doing.
It's a really good coffee.
So as you're drinking your coffee and reading the cost and effect sheet for how to get your soldiers in, a townsperson runs up to you and immediately grabs you and says, "They are attacking us! Please, God, we need help!"
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slap him a couple times for touching me.
Dexterity. Roll a dexterity check to smack him.
Nice.
Well, that one's certainly connected.
All right. You smack the man across the face and you grab him by the shoulders and immediately start shaking him.
What in God's name are you talking about?
Black Order, sir. They're here. They're bombing the beaches. They're rolling in. We need to tell the king, sir.
Okay.
I thought he's playing a chick.
Oh yeah, he is. Sorry, that was my bad.
I've been called sir by everyone in this damn kingdom. I don't think you know what women look like.
That's a fair thing. But please, God, they're going to kill us.
All right, I'll go handle this. I tell you what, you stay here, guard my coffee. If I come back here and it's not on this table, I will skin you alive. So, ta-ta. And I'm gonna head for the kingdom.
Are you gonna roll an intimidation roll for that?
Please do it.
Absolutely.
Roll the roll. All right, that's 27. Yeah, no, he immediately looks at the coffee and sits down next to it, guarding it with what appears to be his life as he begins to sweat profusely.
You're damn right. And now I'm going to head to warn the king, because apparently this idiot didn't go to him instead of me.
You were just the closest person.
Yeah, so I'm going to head on out.
Okay, so you're going to go back to the palace. So as you get in, you see that Vash is still there playing with his panda bear, and Velnos is still conducting his fencing lesson, while the king appears to be dining down on a leg of some kind of bovine.
All right, you, gay one, and you, sword fencer. There seems to be some trouble down at the beach, and we need you there post haste. Time now.
It's Jasper, sir.
No one cares. Get your fruity ass down there.
We're gonna get banned.
It's
Although
okay. He's actually.
It's okay, Twitch. He's gay.
No. I'll explain this. He actually is just carrying fruit on his butt. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wonderful arrangement.
I got a fruity tasting butt.
It tastes like strawberries and dragon fruit.
Surprised he jammed that much fruit into those hot pants.
It's like strawberries.
Is it a banana pocket, or you happen to see me?
Chocolate-covered strawberries? Except it's not chocolate.
Ew.
Chocolate pretzel.
That's the one crap joke you get from me tonight. All right, so Arch has informed you both about this. So Velnos, are you now going to stop your fencing lesson?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so the king is now shocked at this. He's like, "Oh my God. We thought we were months away from this."
Well, apparently it's right now, so we should get along. Pip pip.
I agree, sir. First, is establish a perimeter around the castle. That's where they were probably going to strike first. To protect you and your daughter, you should assemble the guard, form a perimeter, keep everyone secure, and seal the gates right now.
The king nods in agreement with you and orders Arch and Vash to go off and get that stuff done. As he turns to you, he brings you over to the side, Velnos, and says, "Must protect my daughter. There is a ship. There is a ship, a secret passage at the back of this building. If this goes south, you need to go through that passage down to that ship and leave here under cover of darkness. We might be able to hold them off until then. That way you can have a way to escape."
Very well, son. We should proceed immediately.
He nods to you and leads you into the back, where he shows you a painting of the former queen in her heyday. He then proceeds to move the painting and press on one of the stone blocks that's in the center of the wall. The stone block inserts about 2 inches, and then the wall slides to the side as it appears that there is a staircase, spiral staircase, leading downward. He ushers you through the door and says that wait until nightfall and sail away.
I nod at him and keep my rapier at hand.
He nods. So as this is happening with Velnos, Arch, and Vash, you guys have now formed the castle guard up in the main courtyard, and they are basically ready to defend the castle. The head archer, a woman, a half elf named Lorna, is up on top of the castle wall with her array of ranger archers, and they are ready to defend from at range, while the remainder of the guard is standing inside the gate, ready to kill anybody that makes their way through.
Looking good, looking good. If anybody looks not like us, please shoot them dead. We're heading down to the beach to unfuck this situation.
But what about the frogs? They don't look like us.
To your own devices, but I do warn you, they are hoppity and they will stab you, so maybe refrain.
I'll make note of that, Mom.
Well, technically, Kane would shoot him.
Oh, but they're not as good as looking as you, Syra.
Wait a minute.
Listen here, you little... Oh, good lord, I hate you. Could you just move? Is that the only walk you have, this saunter?
Yes, I'm fabulous, bitch. Don't be hating.
I distaste you, and I'm going to just move on, heading towards the explosions.
Okay, so you're gonna head out. Vash, are you gonna go with him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are gonna head down to the beach. So while you guys are traveling and Velnos is going down the spiral staircase with the princess, Cham, you are making your way up that rope to get on board the ship. Raka and Kane, are you guys going to follow him?
Well, what I'm doing is I'm going to get out of the water, hold on to where I have like a footing. I'm jumping.
You do still have a rope attached, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I just wanted to make sure you were still doing that. Okay, so you're going to cross. So there are some handholds. So you're going to make a climb roll, and then you're going to make a jump roll right after that. Both of those should be relatively easy for you.
Okay, so, see. What the fuck is that? Alright, that's the climb.
Right. At the climb roll, so you do successfully climb up out of the water high enough where you can get a footing.
Alright.
Alright, and yeah, like I said, your leap roll is ridiculous. So you are able to jump up and you grab onto the rope close to the top. You need to do a little bit of climbing to get there, but I'm not going to make you roll to do that because you already had a really good climb roll to get up anyway. So you're able to make your way up onto the back of the ship, and this is kind of like a kind of like a man of war, kind of like an old Victorian era man of war, but at the same time, it is much bigger. It is made with black painted wood. And basically everything on it is painted black with the flag and symbol being in red.
You remember the scene off of Emperor's New Groove where Kronk's like trying to hide?
No.
Okay, so I'm in all black. I have my hood up.
Yeah.
I'm also black, so I could. Shouldn't that be like an advantage on hiding?
Well, you're already small, so you're going to get an advantage from that, and you're wearing black clothing, so as long as you weren't, like, fluorescent green, then you're just going to get the normal advantages.
Alright, I'm going to take out my 2 daggers, I'm going to pull 1 dagger in my mouth, I'm taking out my 3rd, I'm having all my weapons ready. I'm going to,
Okay, so before you do that, Kane and Raka, are you guys going to follow him up there?
I mean, might as well.
Okay,
Yo,
so,
dude, wait up for me, brah.
All right, so Kane, you're gonna roll a climb roll to go up the rope, unless you want to do the same thing he did and try and leap up.
No, I don't need to be extra.
Okay, so you're just gonna do the climb roll, so you can roll for that and whatever you get for the bonuses, which I think you get some anyway for being a frogkin and being a ranger.
I think that would already get it, but my climb bonus is
It's probably
4.
something.
Oh, no, that's 14. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the climb bonus is ridiculous for Frog King. Climb, jump, and swim are all really high bonuses for them. So okay, so yeah, you're able to easily climb up there. So you're right there with Cham and then Rock. Are you also gonna climb up with them? Your Griffin is okay. Your Griffin is okay. It's tied up to the rope, so it's not gonna drown.
Well, she needs to come up.
The Griffin?
Yeah, she needs to get off. She can't just chill in the water.
The Griffin has 10 health left. It can barely move.
Yeah, remember I tied her to the boat.
We'll throw
yeah,
her
I
some
know.
floaty,
But I'm saying that. Sorry, go ahead.
I said we'll give her some floaty. She'll be fine. Don't worry.
Like so, she's just being dragged like above water.
Yeah, basically that's all it is, and the rope is really a majority of what's keeping her from. And the rope and the tension from the movement of the boat is really mostly what's keeping her from going underwater. Like your Griffin is fucked. Like you're lucky if that thing's gonna live.
It's got life left.
It's got 10 life left, and it also has.
How it works? You have to get to 0 in order.
You have to get to 0 before it dies. So what do you want to try and make it do is the better question. Because you can try and make it do something. It's just going to take negative.
It's not going to do anything big. It's just going to follow us.
It's going to climb up a rope? Can it do
It's
that?
It's got wings.
Yeah, wings that are also soaking wet right now from being underwater.
Fair enough. It's also got claws. It's a griffin.
Yeah, it could climb up the side of the ship if you wanted it to. Or
Wouldn't that just like freaking completely negate of just hiding, like fucking.
Well,
health?
The thing is it depends on where it climbs up the ship. It could be a useful distraction if you chose to do it in another spot. But again, it has 10 life left. Like somebody could go up to it with a spear and just immediately murder it.
Yeah, but a shark could just eat it if it's just sitting in the water.
That is true. Do you want me to roll to see if a shark comes by? Because I can do that.
Roll the one that has to happen.
Do it.
Just do it. Yeah, just do it.
All right. This is a democracy. It's not a dictatorship. They voted.
Do the shark roll.
Shark rolls a 4. Shark does not show up.
Yeah, fuck that shark.
Wait.
Well,
all right.
Probably Gura.
What are you rolling for?
I'm rolling for either another shark or a dolphin.
The dolphin might be helpful, so we can do a dolphin roll. Okay, dolphin does not show up. So dolphin don't give a fuck, and shark don't give a fuck.
They all chilling.
Yep. So all right. So Rocco, are you gonna try and have it climb up the side of the ship?
No, I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay. So are you going to climb up the rope?
Fuck no. I have 10 life too. Like the fuck. Or
Okay.
like 20.
All right. So are you just gonna try and sneak away with the griffin, or are you just gonna stay in the water?
Yeah, like I thought we were going. Like I only went with Champ because I thought we were going back to the shore. I have to go close my church. Can't let refugees come fucking stay in there. Can't afford.
I don't think you're gonna have to worry too much about the refugees. They're dragonborn. They don't give a shit. They'll probably eat them.
I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that church in a few minutes.
So, all right. So, Rocka, we'll just leave you there since you're gonna just try and sneak your way out. So, Cham and Kane, what are you guys gonna?
I'm immediately going to start searching for the captain or some kind of general or admiral.
Roll a search check.
Luckily,
Kane, you can roll one as well if you'd like. All right, so you rolled the 25. And Kane, re-roll that.
I did that all wrong. I am too.
Yeah, there's a lot of math in there that doesn't add up correctly.
I'm too not in brain right now. There we go.
Okay, 23. All right, so you guys both rolled really high. So you both noticed that in the center of the ship, right near the central mast, there appears to be a dragonborn who is very large. And basically, he is holding what looks like a massive greatsword on his back. And he's looking out at the shoreline with his arms crossed, seemingly watching the invasion take place. He is surrounded by other dragonborn going around and kind of doing various things on the ship. And the other thing is to tell you about the order of the Black Scale Order is that since you guys know this because you know about the possibility of an attack, basically the way that they work is they are such a hardcore warrior group, warrior empire, basically, at this point, that they only take the strongest Dragonborn and allow them to become black scales. Everybody else is used for...
Yeah. Well,
they literally eat their own young if they're weak.
Well, I'm gonna watch him.
Okay, you're just gonna sit there and watch him. Kane, what are you gonna do?
Be right back.
Kane?
Everyone enjoy.
Are you muted? Okay, he's dead. I just saw some life. Kane. Fucking okay. All right, so Cham, he's just gonna act with you for now because he's not talking on the mic. So you're just gonna watch him. So how long do you plan on watching him for?
3 turns.
3 turns?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a full minute. So I'm gonna roll to see what exactly he's going to do. All right, so basically all he's going to do in that time is he's going to direct some people around the deck to prep for cannon fire. He's also going to tell them to prep to fire the large artillery gun that they have mounted in the center of the deck. Now, you're not necessarily sure about the range on that weapon, unless you want to roll an intelligence roll to try and figure that out. But you know that whatever it hits is going to go boom.
Intelligence modifier. Okay.
11. Okay, again, you mainly know that it can shoot a far enough way. You know that it might be able to hit the island from where it's sitting now. And it's probably about I'd probably say away from the shoreline is probably about a quarter mile.
Has the 3 turns go up?
The 3 turns is now up.
Then I'm going to use death attack on the captain.
You're going to use a death attack? So what does that entail exactly?
That's an instant kill.
No, that's an instant kill if you manage to hit.
Yes. Okay. Well.
So what? So what does that entail? That's what I'm asking.
Let's see. Let me bring that up real quick. What was death attack? You have the book for the. I'm looking for the fucking assassin.
I'm looking at the assassin class. Okay, so you have death attack. An assassin studies his victim for 3 rounds and then makes a sneak attack with a melee weapon that successfully deals damage. The sneak attack has the additional effect of possibly either paralyzing or killing the target. Now, here's the problem, though. You have to do a melee attack. You are well over your distance, your turn-based movement speed away from him. He is probably about 60 feet or maybe up to 90 feet away from you. So you're going to have to stealth your way to him in order to actually commit this attack. You can't do it from where you are.
Okay, easy. Which is freaking move silently.
It's move silently, and that's your stealth roll. So.
Oh, god damn it!
That's a natty 1 right there.
I am going to roll for the Dragonborn on the ship to see if they notice you. They noticed you.
That's a natty 20.
1 in the.
That is a natty 20. So as you were sneaking, you were trying to sneak through, you accidentally knock over a barrel, and every single Dragonborn on that deck immediately surrounds you and points a weapon at you, demanding that you disarm yourself and come with them.
Let's see.
Kane, are you back?
I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so what are you going to do in this situation? Because he just got caught, and you're watching this.
How many guys are there?
Everybody on the deck, so it's probably about 20 to 30 of them.
Fuck that. I'm just going to try and hide, and then I'll try and follow him.
Okay, so where you are now, you can hide pretty well. You can just sit there. I'm not going to make you do an extra stealth roll. So, Cham, what are you going to do?
Oh, okay. How close am I to the nearest freaking sail?
Sail? There's one there is a mast that is so basically you're kind of up where the wheel is. So you're probably about 25 feet away from the nearest mast.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna jump out of the circle. I'm gonna jump out of there.
Keep in mind, they all have weapons on you, so they're going to be able to roll a reaction roll. If you try to escape, they will attack you.
Let's see, yep. I'm jumping out of there.
33. Okay, so they're gonna have to do a reaction roll, but the thing is that you're literally surrounded. Like there's 6 or 7 of them that are immediately in front of you with weapons drawn, pointing them at you, like not stabbing you, but like it's an inch away from you. So they're gonna roll a reactionary roll, but they're also going to get a +6 to that.
A +6? What the fuck?
24. Okay, so what? Your jump roll basically made it so that the ones with the melee weapons right near you didn't hit you. However, there are also ones with bows on the deck that are not immediately near you. They're a bit farther away, but they know that you're there. So as you're jumping up, they're also going to be able to aim and attack you. And since you're in the process of a jump, basically they see this, and by the time you land, they have arrows trained on you. And since you tried to escape, they're going to fire. So they're going to roll a combined. There are 4 archers on the deck, so they're going to roll each to attack.
Okay.
Okay. The first one is going to hit. The second one, actually, what is your what is your armor? What is your AC?
AC is 18. But with
Your
my
AC
can I reflex?
No. You're in the process of landing as they're firing. So these things are coming right at you as soon as you're landing up there. So the first one is going to hit you, and the second, third, and fourth ones are not going to hit you. So the first guy, and again, he's firing what would be a dragonborn longbow. So as far as the damage output, longbow damage. So it's 1d8 piercing for a normal one, but because these are basically kind of like advanced versions, they've been beefed up a bit because Dragonborn can put more stuff behind it. They do 1d12 damage.
Okay.
So he's going to hit you for 1d12 already because the 19 was the hit roll. So that is a 6. So he hits you with an arrow in the leg. So you take 6 damage, and your jump skill is reduced by 5. Keep this in mind as well. You're going to get a turn to do something else, but the other archers are re-notching arrows, and the guys below you are ready to kill you now.
Okay.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm jumping into the water.
Okay, you're going to try and jump into the water. So the side of the ship is about 30 feet away, so you're going to need a full jump. And you're going to need to roll pretty high. Again, you're only getting a +5 to that now from your race-related stat because one of your legs has an arrow in it. 19. Okay. You're able to jump to the edge of the ship. In the process of jumping, the archers are going to aim at you again as you're going off the ship because it's pretty good hang time to go from way up there to way down there. So there's 2 of them on that side of the ship. So they're going to aim at you as you go into the water. Raka, you see him jump off the top of the ship. You can choose to do stealth to try and make sure that, or hide to try and make sure they don't see you floating in the water behind them. Kane is hidden on the ship, but you're not.
Okay, Purity's playing a video game.
No, I'm not. Wait, what? No. I'm actually trying to get something to work on Walmart's website because I'm trying to get a game that's 3 cents, but my stores are being fucked, so I can't get it.
Okay. All right, Raka, you and that griffin are nice and hidden right behind the ship. You're right up close to the back of it, so they're not going to see you guys. But so Cham, those 2 archers are going to roll against you.
Okay.
The first one crits, so his damage is going to be doubled. Again, he's using the same kind of arrow, so it's going to be 1d12 damage. That's 8 damage, so he actually hits you in the arm, or more or less the shoulder. So that's your left arm. So he shot you again, so that's another 8 damage.
Okay.
So now you're in the water. So what are you going to try and do?
Fucking, I'm pulling out the arrows.
Okay. As you're doing that, you're going to be left open for more attacks because they're just re-notching arrows right there. Unless you move out of the way, they're going to fire at you again. Huh?
You said I was in the water.
You didn't say you were under the water.
Well, I'm gonna be underwater. I ain't gonna be like jumping down and I'm already on top of the.
All I heard was I jump off the ship into the water. Didn't say you were making a dive. So if you want to make a dive, you can make a dive and then pull out the arrows, and that way they can't find you. Just you gotta make sure you specify what you're doing, so I know where you are.
Well, I would assume freaking gravity and momentum will put me underwater.
You know what they say about
in his
assuming.
defense, when you jump from a high place and land on water, you tend to sink.
That is true. However, the other problem with that too is I also did mention that the water is very clear here, except for when you're very close to the small boats because of the foaming effects. So they can still see like a silhouette, so they can still fire arrows. They're just not going to be nearly as effective. So if you dive down a little bit more, you're
once the arrows hits water, it's not going to like a bullet.
Strength to pull out the arrow. Okay, you're good. Don't worry about it. Roll strength to pull out the arrow.
All right. Arrows. I'm pulling them both.
Maybe don't. Just remember, there's 2 DMs here, so keep arguing with one of them and see what happens with the other one.
I'll argue.
Ooh.
Don't call my bluff, motherfucker. I'll get the
He's
shark.
muted. Okay, we're gonna go to Kane. Kane, so what are you doing now on the back of the ship?
What did Cham do exactly?
So basically what Cham did is he tried to sneak up on the main guy. He got caught. He tried to jump out of that and onto the mast. He managed to do that, but he also got shot in the leg. Cham, you do pull out the arrow. So he got shot in the arrows. I apologize. So he got shot in the leg when he jumped up onto the mast, and then he tried to jump off the mast because the archers began re-notching arrows, and on his way down, they shot him again in the shoulder. So he's now underwater, pulling out the arrows, and he's bleeding underwater right now. But he took, I believe, 12 damage from everything.
Okay.
Sorry, no, it's not 12 damage.
Oops,
He took
ignore
14
that link.
damage.
How do I remove a link? Don't click that link.
No, I'm not a Twitch person.
I'm a
I did something dumb, and you're gonna get mad at me. I linked the wrong wrong Discord. Hold on.
What Discord did you link? The D&D one? Well, that's the thing, though, is that I think they still have to be approved. So
yeah. I hope so. That was my fault. I'm sorry.
You have control over this Discord, so I think you can probably change that if they decide to come in. Or we can just kick people. That's not a big deal. So basically, what has now happened is that okay, so Kane, now that's happened. So what are you gonna do now that Cham's off the boat?
Well,
Raka rolled a 19 for him and his griffin to hide behind the boat, and then after we get to your turn, then we're gonna go back to Arch and Vash, who are going to be making their way and arriving at the beach.
Okay. I'm probably gonna do. Let's see. We're looking for the captain or whatever the fuck the commander of this ship, right?
No, you already figured out who that guy is. You know exactly who he is. Yep. The only problem is that he's well away from you, so you can make a ranged attack. But the problem with that is that if you miss, your position is going to be immediately given away.
Yeah.
And also, there's no guarantee that it's going to be enough to actually kill him because he's also heavily armored. And he's a dragonborn, so his health is fairly high.
Use your poison.
Yeah, but would the poison work, though?
It wouldn't be enough to kill him.
No, but it will do lasting effects.
Yeah, but that'd be also exposing myself to like 20 other guards.
Yeah, exactly. So if you fire, they're immediately going to know where you are because of the gun noise. And if you fire the crossbow, even though it's silent, they do have a chance to roll perception to see if they did notice.
Yeah.
So while he's figuring that out, how many dead bodies are around us?
On the beach?
Just in general.
Well, there's artillery fire that's going on, so there's a few dead bodies, but the thing is that the Dragonborn are reaching the beach now. So they're flooding onto the beach and flooding out of those boats, and they're running towards the town. So as you're going, you see that this is happening. So they're still on the actual beach proper. They haven't made it to the forest.
Yes, but I'm looking specifically for how many dead bodies there are.
You're going to need to roll a search roll to figure out the exact number.
I think I'm just gonna hide and I'm gonna roll a perception check if there's something I can use to my advantage. Just in this.
All right. So what you can roll is you can roll a. It's called a search. Your search skill. So you can roll that. So I'm gonna let you roll that first, and then we'll get to archers.
Okay.
Because then we'll switch back to them, and then we'll go back to Velnos, and then return back to Cham and Kane and Raka.
Oh God! Oh, it's my second one tonight. Oh.
Okay, so that was your search roll. You don't find anything on deck that would be of use to you in taking out large numbers of them.
Fuck it.
So you failed at that. So we're gonna go down to Arch. So that roll is for the to see how many corpses are around you. You see 10 corpses.
Excellent. So I'm going to use my divine meta magic. I'm going to quicken a spell and then maximize something. The first thing I'm going to do is cast Animate Dead, which allows me to control up to 24 undead near me.
Okay.
So I'm going to raise them just half as skeletons, half as zombies. So we have a wonderful scene of half of the corpses rising off of the ground and the other pulling their flesh off and becoming skeletons for my own personal use.
You mean amusement?
Okay.
That too.
Okay. So Vash, what are you doing while he's raising the dead?
The thing is, it's a quickened spell, so this only takes a moment. And to top that off, I'm going to cast Bless upon my allies nearby, which are quite a bit. Anyone who I can see, which I suppose that's up to you.
Well, the only people that you can see that would technically be allies is your undead guys and Vash.
Excellent. So everybody gets +1 to all attacks and save rolls.
Okay, please make sure to remind people of that if we forget. So, Vash, what are you doing? Hello?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna try to do.
You're bored.
If you need a little time, I can go to Velnos.
Yeah, I need some time.
Okay, we'll come back to you and your little undead army. So Velnos, you've descended down that spiral staircase with Veronica, and basically it leads to this little cave with a few, like a small fishing ship that's in it. And as you get closer to the fishing ship, you notice that there is a man who is manning the ship. You recognize him as a local fisherman. He's a longtime friend of the king. His name is Hodgkin.
Hello, Mr. Hodgkin. Me and the princess being here, you know it's an unusual event, so you must know why we are down here.
The king told me a long time ago. If you need me, we can leave. But we gotta wait until the sun goes down. Whoever's attacking us up top is well occupied.
Well, I wouldn't count on trying to leave in broad daylight, especially on the ship.
Exactly.
So, are there any entrances here that I should keep in mind of?
The front of this cavern you can see through, but there's an illusionary spell. From the outside, it just looks like a rock face.
You should keep an eye on it regardless.
Agreed.
If they came prepared to attack the whole castle, they came prepared from essentially anything.
I have the ship ready with enough supplies for a 5 to 6 day sail. Should be enough to get us ashore. There's a couple of larger ports we might be able to dock at with some friendly faces.
Fair enough. Anything else I should be minded of?
We got plenty of food and drunken stuff downstairs in the ship for, the inevitable mourning of all of our dead loved ones.
Should suffice. I'm
sorry, I'm a realist.
I don't blame you. However, I do not know if anyone else is going to come down here, so I'll try to keep an eye out for anything.
We'll stay as long as the princess wants and as long as it's safe.
As soon as penumbra sets in, we should set out. it's usually the time people are more tired, so they
We'll
won't
try.
eat.
We'll try. Okay. So, Velnos, so you had that conversation. So now we're going to go back to Vash. So what are you going to do now that Arch has erected his creepy army? You also have your bear cub with you, by the way. It automatically follows you unless you tell me otherwise.
I don't know. I'll tell my bear cub just to stay put in case anything bad happens. I don't fucking know.
If it gets near me, I will let them eat it.
Oh, if you,
I'm not going to let you eat somebody else's pet.
Sir, if you dare try to threaten Kuma at all, I will make sure he rips your testicles off, sir. Okay?
Oh,
he's a woman.
You.
He's playing a woman.
He's very well aware. He knows
That's a very empty threat. Okay, so the bear cub basically runs off towards a building that looks to have been collapsed, and he kind of hides under some debris so that way nobody can see him.
Okay.
So he's just gonna sit there and watch, and then you can choose to do whatever you want with your barding abilities.
I don't know, I'll just I'm just trying to think of what spells I should use because I don't really know what I should use. Fucking.
You have the spell list, so look at that and figure it out.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Take your time.
Well, the cantrips are at will. Everything else I think should be pretty compact when it comes to casting time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I could summon a monster.
Yeah, I gave you that list of you can summon small creature.
Summon an owl, I guess.
Okay, so that's a celestial owl.
Yeah.
Celestial owl 5e. So, all right, celestial owl, tiny animal. So it has a hit dice of 1d8. So we'll just say it has 8 health. +2 initiative. It can fly. Its armor class is 17. It can attack with its talons, which is 1d4 -3. It also gets a +5 to melee. So then you also have... It has low light vision, fortitude, not any really too big abilities. It's more meant for scouting, but you can still use it for attack if you wish.
I mean, I could like send it out to where Raka and Sham and Kane are.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too, is you don't really know where those guys are because they kind of left and went down to the chapel, but you didn't see them when you were going through the town. So you have no idea where they are. So if you sent it up there and you got a good perception, a good search roll, then you could possibly find out that they're over there. But the other thing is they're all currently hiding and stuff. So maybe you probably won't be able to find them. That's the thing. They're also way out. They're like a quarter mile away from shore, like under the ship.
Right.
It's just me and you, baby.
Oh. I like that.
You could do something to buff the zombies or pop some, like, do you have anything ranged?
Let me look through my thing again.
Because we've got a meat shield essentially in front of us. That's what her whole thing is.
Yeah, let me open up my thing again.
No, Dooley won't show up. That's going to be for another... We're going to be doing a separate campaign where Dooley shows up.
Yeah, that's a different thing. We'll handpick some people for that.
I got really nothing to buff the...
You have... He doesn't have any... You have the plus skill, don't you? Don't you have additional... Don't you have through your barding, you add +1 to a few different stats, I think, don't you? You have the fortitude spell and like a couple other things?
Yeah.
All right,
they benefit from strength or constitution. Anything you can throw at them will make them a lot tougher.
Okay.
Let me pull up your character.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
That one.
You're fine. Don't worry, Vash. You're still learning.
Where's the character sheet? The Jasper. Okay. So all right, so you have on the second page, you have the ability to martial weapons proficiency, additional skills. You can inspire courage, which is +1, so you can inspire the zombies, which would give them automatic +1s. You can inspire competence, although I don't think that really works with the zombie since its brain is like dead and moldy.
It does not.
I mean, I could try.
You can inspire no, because they have no brain. There's no way to actually do that.
I mean, I guess I'll inspire courage.
So that would give them all a +1.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that would add on to Archer's buff. So that would also do that. So I'm assuming that would also do that for him as well. Everybody that's in the general vicinity, because that's usually a barding thing. So you can do that. And then, do you have anything ranged or just have a dagger?
I just only have a dagger.
Okay.
I mean, could I? Because I think I could still throw them, right?
You could throw the daggers, yes, but they have a 10-foot range. Now, keep this also in mind that the Dragonborn have reached the shore and they are now moving inland at a rapid rate. So they are coming up on you, and there are hundreds of them.
Yes, I think surviving is the best part of valor at this point. My fruity friend, I do think we should leave these buffed zombies. You get your little flea thing, and we should go. Honestly, I don't know where everyone else is.
Flea thing? It's a panda.
Yes, whatever that is. I do think we should go. Like now. I mean, you can stay if you like, but bye. And I'm gonna leave.
Is it possible I could charm all the fucking?
No, charm person works on one person. Charm person works on one person. You can charm one of them so that they won't stab you, but the other like 299 will murder you probably.
I think we should get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Agreed.
So I assume you'll use the zombie horde as a meat shield.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are gonna book it. Vash, on your way by, you pick up your little panda buddy, and you guys are all gonna book it back. I assume back to the castle.
In any direction that lets us escape is where I'm going, even if that means getting on a boat and fucking off, because I think the princess already fucked off down the only escape tunnel, unless we know where that is too.
You guys, you would know where it is because you're a sneaky fuck.
Excellent.
And you like to know everything, so you know where that area is.
Yeah, I'm booking it for that.
And Vash, because you engage in a lot of girl talk with the princess, you also know where that is. So they know where that is. Raka, Cham, and Kane, however, do not know where that is. So you guys will be able to go in there, and you don't necessarily know how to get into it, but you know that it exists. Okay, so you guys are going to book it back to the castle. So after that, I'm going to go back. So now I'm going to go back to Raka, Cham, and Kane and see what they want to do. Cham, I'm unmuting you. Okay.
Wait. I was never muted.
No, I muted you the whole time. So, all right. So,
wait, I didn't start talking until now.
He literally
said talking until now.
I know, but I did have you muted even though you didn't start talking. I had you muted from before. I just forgot to undo it. All right. So you guys, so Cham, you're under the water. You rolled successfully to pull out both of the arrows, so those are both now gone.
So is the boat still in the water, like going towards it?
The boat has kind of stopped at this point because it's a large boat. They're getting somewhat close to shore, but they're letting all the smaller troop transport ships go there. They still have a fairly good force on all the boats, though. The ones that are going to the beach are the legionary force.
I'm gonna start prying off the boards.
With what?
Well, I got 2 daggers.
You're aware that it's a man of war. Like, your dagger's not going to do shit.
All right, then let's see.
Well, it depends. How smart's a frog?
No, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It's like, I don't think even though you have a 19 strength, you're still a frog kid. I don't think you didn't have the strength to do it because the boards are actually bigger than you are.
Aren't actually that smart of creatures, to be quite honest. They're really dumb.
That's why he doesn't know, and he's probably trying to do it.
Like I said, I mean, you could try. I mean, if you rolled a nat 20, you might be able to like crack it a little bit, but I mean, you would
he'd
literally
do
have
that
to roll a
20
nat
just
20.
to fuck with you.
I know he will, but I probably won't come to pass. Even if he does pry it off, it's only going to be one small board. So at the same time, though, Kane and Raka, you guys are both around the same area too. So Raka, you're still kind of hiding down there with your Griffin, who's he's at 10 health. He's still alive. He's still doing okay. He can keep up now. He might not need to be tied up anymore. He can kind of do the doggy paddle now. He's recovered enough from the shock of going into the water. Raka,
I'm here.
there you go.
All right, so yeah, considering I have like 16 health, I'm not gonna be much use in a fight right now, so I'm just gonna kind of like, yeah, flee.
Okay, so are you going to try and like sneak off, or are you just going to kind of like wade your way out? Because you're still within a fairly decent sized armada. You might be able to get the Griffin to flap his wings dry enough to take off, but it's going to probably take a couple of turns of that, and they might notice you.
Try to make a sneak roll. This is...
yeah. So you'll have to move silently, I would assume.
Yeah.
Even though you're in water.
Cham, check your Discord.
I know what I'm gonna do.
All right, so after Raka makes that, then we'll go back to you, Cham, and you can make your rolls, and then I'm gonna go to Kane. Okay, and I'm assuming, is there any pluses to that?
Nope.
Okay, so you rolled an 18, so you guys are able to slink off successfully. You kind of like do like the thing where like it's basically just like your eyes and your nose that are above the water, and you're just kind of like treading water along with the Griffin. So you guys are able to kind of sneak away from the main flotilla, and you're kind of off by yourselves now. You're away from that ship. So Cham, what are you rolling for?
I want to see if there's anything in the water big enough to attack this ship.
You mean like a fish, or like a aquatic sea life, or
Aquatic
you mean
sea life?
Star Wars.
there is nothing in the water that is big enough to attack that ship.
Sharky didn't show up, and neither did the dolphin. Sorry, guys.
Not even a turtle dragon?
No, you're nowhere near that area. That's in Vesta, which is way up on the Calgar side of the continent. You guys are basically like half a world away. So you do not find any sea creatures that can actually sink that ship or do any kind of serious damage to it. You do actually find a small school of dolphins, however.
I'm gonna have them take me to the other side of the island.
Do you have animal handling? Oh yeah, no, you have Aquan, right?
Yeah.
So I think that would does that cover just I'm gonna actually look that up because I don't know if that just covers sentient.
Aquan is just water life, aqua life as a whole.
I'm just double checking myself.
So somebody in the chat said Mike sounds like Peter and Brian from Family Guy.
Yeah, I do, because I have a very similar voice to Seth MacFarlane. I'm just like an octave higher.
Mostly Brian, though.
He said octave.
Okay, so 3.5, Aquan is the language of water-based creatures such as elementals used with Elven script. So basically, it's a form of Elven script that's used by underwater deities, kind of. So it's not like a talk-to-fish thing, but it's spoken by a lot of water-based creatures. So the dolphin is technically probably more intelligent than you are, so I'm going to say the dolphin understands you. So you're going to ask the dolphin. So let's see if the dolphin is feeling like helping you out. Okay, the dolphin is willing to help you out. So are you just going to grab onto him and ride him?
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be a strength check to just ride him because you still have you have a severely wounded shoulder. Okay. You lose grip after a little while, but the other dolphins kind of nudge you along with their noses. So they're kind of just like nudging you through the water, but you're getting there eventually. So Kane, what are you gonna do?
Still on the boat.
He's still up on the back of the boat, but he's hiding. Yeah. Kane?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off the boat.
Finally.
Okay, so
like shoot like an arrow to jump off.
all right, so there's a couple of options that you can do. Yes, you can fire an arrow and quickly jump off the boat. You can jump off and try and jump into the water near where Cham is with the dolphins, or you can try and jump in near where Raka and the Griffin are, because this is all happening at roughly the same time, so that's still in progress as Raka is leaving, even though he did ace the roll and I said he got away.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try and shoot an arrow and then go with Raka.
What are you shooting the arrow at?
Do I have a clear line of shot of the captain guy?
You have a clear line of sight, but it is out of range of your arrow. It would be in range for your rifle.
Is he using a? Oh, okay. I was about to say, does he have a rifle?
He does have a hunting rifle, so he would be within range of the hunting rifle, but not the crossbow.
Does the rifle just have the one shot?
Yes, it's a single shot rifle. So if you shoot that, you manually have to reload it.
Okay, let's do that.
Are you going to aim it specifically at something?
I'm gonna try and aim for his head or his neck.
All right, so head neck area. So that means you're going to take an automatic -2 to the roll. But you're also going to be adding your dexterity modifier to that attack roll because it's a firearm.
Okay.
So roll. So it's your dexterity modifier -2.
Oh, well, that's perfect.
It's also an attack of opportunity because he doesn't know you're there. So actually, that would just be your dexterity modifier because that would erase the -2 from the aimed attack.
Who the fuck is called Duck Dodgers?
Oh God,
that's me. All right. So
server's made.
What do you mean? Who the fuck? That's been my name for forever.
It actually has. Like you did that like originally.
I'm gonna ask that probably every time. Just let me have this. I don't remember shit very long.
Okay, so Kane, as you're firing your weapon, you sneeze and the bullet goes off into the air and sails through and goes through the sail. So that. Everybody on the ship is now immediately alerted to you. You have one action to do if you choose to do it.
Get the fuck out and go with Raka.
All right, so you're going to do a leap roll into the water. Or a jump roll into the water. Okay, so roll, jump, and you're going to jump horizontally off the ship because you're kind of hanging around the back. So you're going to leap off into the water.
Oh my God, it's 14. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's 14. I don't see anything.
No. Oh my God, that's my third one.
Okay, so can somebody else roll for him?
Unfortunately, for him, that's not how that works. So, all right, so you rolled a 15, so you did it successfully, but because you rolled in that one, I'm going to give one of the archers a shot at you.
Fuck.
Oh. That's 1d12 times 2.
You fucking gotta be kidding me.
That's only 4 damage. That's only 4 damage. You're still doing okay. So he shot you.
Golden.
So that went through one of your feet.
Oh, okay.
So you have an arrow in your foot now, but you're in the water. So you're in the water and you dive under where Raka is. So you're going to have to roll a move silently roll to move with them. And as long as you make a good roll on that, you'll be able to escape. So you guys will all be away from the armada.
I fucking forgot to fucking do the thing with my hit points. I don't even know what my hit points are, God damn it.
Cham, what did you have to roll for yours?
For what?
It's a D6 for a rogue. I believe it's also a D6 for a ranger.
Okay.
For what? I wasn't
your hit die.
It's a D6, yeah.
Yeah. So
you really want to roll with how your rolls have been?
So
take the chance.
Okay, yeah, no, you're able to. That you have +10 to move silently.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
okay.
I have a +13.
Oh, okay.
I only put 2 points into it. It was already a +8 by default because the fucking whatever was.
Yeah, exactly.
I had like a fuck ton of points.
Yeah,
so,
that too. Rogues get a lot. Rangers get a different amount though. So he's a base ranger. He's not a rogue. So all right,
but more than you.
Yeah, But so that is enough to. So you guys are all able to meet up in the water outside of the flotilla, where you're far enough away now where they're not even paying attention to you because they're all focused on invading the island. So now that you guys are kind of out of harm's way, I'm going to go back to Arch and Vash, and you guys are now entering into the castle through the front gate.
All right. I'm going to stop at the gatehouse really quickly, pulling our fruity friend aside and write a note and ask him, listen here, can you do some of your bardic weird magic and make something that flies to find the boys down wherever they were on the beach?
He does still have the owl. The owl stays
Yeah,
with him for a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll just send out the owl.
Yes, give them this note and have him find whoever and let them know that we are absconding, fucking off, getting out of here, leaving.
Oh,
Correct?
I do have message as a spell, so I mean I could send like messages.
That's
Messages,
a telepathic thing, and I'm pretty sure you have to be in a certain proximity to use
visual range, darling, unfortunately.
Okay, I might as well put my owl friend to good use then.
Sounds wonderful. Be the first thing you did all day. Let's go.
I swear to God, I will.
Feelings mutual, darling. And I think we'll head on into the secret area.
Okay, so you and Vash, Vash, you give that message to your owl and send the owl out to where the front lines are now, which as the Dragonborn were coming in to the town, basically you guys kind of ran past these people, but there was a makeshift line that was made kind of around the chapel building. So all of the island's land forces are currently fighting the Dragonborn in the main city. They haven't reached the castle yet. They're probably the chapel is basically about the halfway point on the island. So they're fighting through there right now. So they're about halfway to the castle. So you got a while before they're able to slaughter enough people to get there. And you still have the castle guard and the archers that are mounted on the walls. So you will have some time. So as you guys go through, you enter into the castle, and as you enter inside, you see that King Joshua appears to be talking to Lorna, the head archer, and he's asking where all of his people have gone off to and what is their statuses. They don't have any idea where Raka, Cham, and Kane are, but you guys both show up, and he knows where Velnos is because he obviously sent them down the hole.
Hello, sire. Could you please start walking this way towards the exit? We need to kind of leave.
King Joshua puts his hand on your shoulder and he looks at you. Must maintain my kingdom. I cannot leave, but my lineage must survive. Take the princess and leave at nightfall. I trust you. I trust both of you.
That's a lot of that's putting quite a lot of me. But I would like to point out that your kingdom is at current being overrun by hundreds of Dragonborn intent on doing terrible, terrible things to your malleable body. And I do think we should just go.
He looks at you and says that the kingdom is already lost, but my lineage can continue. Veronica is due to be married to the Prince of Calgar, Merrick. But you need to get her there. Once the Calgarians have her, and once they know the full extent of what's happened, then they can send their armies south to stop this. We will probably die, but my line will live on.
I will go. I will obey your orders, my king. I just would like to point out that I do it with the utmost trepidation, and also, this sucks tremendously!
A tear rolls down the side of his face as he hugs you and then pushes you towards the secret passage, which he already figured you knew about because he knows you.
Oh, I definitely know where it is.
All right, and he looks over at Vash and he says, please, she's a fragile girl. Make sure she's not too sad on this.
I am not fragile.
No, he's talking about his daughter, not you.
Oh, sorry.
You know me, sire. I take really good care of your daughter.
That's why I trust you. Because I know you don't stick your dick in those things. Now go on. So he ushers you guys towards the back vault as he continues to talk with Lorna about trying to defend the castle as long as possible. So you guys continue down the hallway. Arch, you're basically kind of, you know roughly what to do. So you kind of, you go to the right painting, you pull it aside. It takes you a second to find the right brick, but you find the brick, press it, and the secret door opens with the spiral staircase leading down.
And I absolutely start moving, although I do wait so that Jasper can go first.
Jasper, Vash, I want you to roll a wisdom check to see if you realize what he's allowing you to do.
Oh.
Ladies first.
Let's see, my wisdom's 13, and well, technically 14 with the ability modifiers. So
okay, so if it's an ability modifier, well, no, the ability modifier is what you add to the roll. It doesn't get added to the main stat. So
Really
basically, what you do is you roll a d20 and add 1.
Really quick, Bash, have Arch hold the panda.
I will not.
No,
He's not holding the panda. The panda can walk on its own.
He is not touching my fucking panda.
The panda is fine. It's just gonna walk next to him. He's not holding it.
okay, so what? Roll.
Roll a d20 plus your wisdom modifier, which is 1.
This is going to end poorly.
Okay, plus. So roll 1d20 plus 1.
Yep.
Oh, fuck you.
Okay. You have no idea what's about to happen. Arch, do what you do.
I swear to God, if you fucking touch him.
No, he has nothing to do with the panda. I'm not gonna let him kill the panda.
I feel bad now. Like he just accepted it and walked by me, and I kind of don't want to do anything because he just like, oh, thanks, and moved on.
Pretty much, yeah. He's a babe in the woods.
I'm just gonna cast light and just let him go first without doing anything.
Okay, you're being the nice
come
person
on.
here. Because I know what you were originally gonna try and push him down the stairs, weren't you?
Oh, I absolutely was.
Yep. That's what I figured. That's why I had to roll the wisdom roll.
That's why I wanted to make sure.
That's why I had to roll the wisdom roll to see how gullible he was. But okay, so you cast light and you guys go down. The panda follows you, although the panda kind of looks at you, Arch, and he's like, it's not really sure whether or not to trust you. It thinks no, but at the same time, it's very naive and little.
When Jasper's not looking, I give the panda the finger.
The panda doesn't know how to interpret that.
That's fine.
Keeps going.
He'll learn.
Fair enough. Okay, so you guys go down to the bottom of the staircase, and you meet Velnos and Veronica at the ship, along with Hodgkins.
I'm going to approach them before they get anywhere near anyone else, and I'm just going to ask them for a status report, essentially.
By the way, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of figured Jasper was gonna get it by Velmos. I thought he was gonna attack him at the end of the stairs. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Well, darling, the status report is that the kingdom is fucked, and we're waiting to leave, I guess, until the others show up, or until we could go now.
You're basically waiting until nightfall, which is a couple hours away.
No shit, princess. I know the kingdom's going to shit. I mean, the status on the castle was breached yet.
Not yet.
Then we still have time.
I mean, hardly. There are hundreds of... You don't know. You've been in this hole. Okay. So there are a few hundred, you understand, Dragonborn that have slowly collapsing on the castle and look very intent on sticking sharp things where we don't want them stuck. Unless, of course, you're Jasper. Then we need to bunker down here and not go out there.
What we need to do is wait for nightfall so we can take this fishing boat, move on to the mainland, and from what I understood, the princess has orders from there on. I am simply her bodyguard.
Absolutely. We're supposed to meet a prince of Calagar, apparently.
For reinforcements, I assume.
I think for a wedding, but yes, reinforcements should be on the way.
Under these circumstances, it would be reinforcements. This marriage was supposed to forward.
Veronica puts her finger up and states that she has something that she should probably explain to you guys. That something that Arch doesn't even know, and Arch is a sneaky shit. So So Purity, I'm gonna send this little bite to you since you're doing.
I already think I know what this is gonna be, but let me see.
It's probably you probably don't. It's actually very convoluted and magical.
Okay.
Da, 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 da. Hang on a second. I just need to find the right spot to copy paste. Okay, hang on. Yeah, so it's just god damn it, fucking Jeopardy.
Come on, everyone was thinking.
I'm the only one that's gonna get that. I'm the only boomer here.
No, Arch
No,
will
you're
get
not.
it. Wow, really? Am I supposed to explain all this?
You can just read the line real quick. I can explain the semantics.
Okay, so you want me to read what you wrote?
In a gist. You don't have to. That's just something from my notes, but basically just explain to them that idea.
So I should probably tell all of you I have very powerful magic imbued in me, so they might be here for me.
Everybody else, so all of you guys are going to have to roll an intelligence roll to figure out what she's talking about, because again, all of you guys have known her basically since birth. Okay, Velnos is an 11, so okay. Well, Raka, you don't have to roll because you're not there.
Oh.
You guys are still like in the ocean, out away from the fleet. You're with Cham and Kane.
Syra has entirely spaced and is currently worried about that man she left guarding her coffee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, he's still there. He didn't move.
I would just
you roll a high enough intimidation roll where that guy's not going to move until a Dragonborn chops his head off.
Our third DM is currently trying to fight off all of the Dragonborn.
Who?
Keese is going fucking insane in her cage.
Cute little guinea pig. Okay. So Vash, you can also roll for that because you're in the room, and you're also the pillow talk guy.
He already did. He rolled a 3.
Okay, and that's plus your intelligence modifier, which I think is only a 1, so that's 8. So you guys have no idea what she's talking about, but she basically further explains that her bloodline, specifically from her mother's side of the family, is from an ancient. They're basically from an ancient line of dragon priestesses, and the problem is that her blood is magically imbued with a certain magic that, if done in certain ceremonies, can awaken one of or all of 3 legendary dragons. And if they do the ceremony correctly, they would then control those dragons. So they plan on using that when they invade the north. That is the reason why they chose to move on the Nexus. Otherwise, it would just be something they wouldn't care about because it's a relatively small kingdom. And they own all of the Fire Sand Wastes at this point, other than a few kind of select wild areas. But essentially, that's the reason why they want her so badly, and that's the reason why the king is so intent on getting her out of there at all costs.
Makes sense.
Oh my god. Okay, so you're some kind of magical battery for dragon gods. Jasper, why didn't you know about this?
Ash.
Wait, what?
Apparently he's thinking about coffee as well.
Jasper was staring off into space for a moment. Arch was asking you, because I just explained the whole thing with the princess and the why the Black Scale actually invaded and why they want her. Were you there for that or no?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. So I'm going to reiterate it again. Basically, to make a long story short, she has magical blood that if they use in a certain ceremony, they can summon dragons that they can then use to kill a bunch of people because they want to use it when they invade the northern part of the country. So they need her for that, which is why the king wanted to get her out of there. Arch then turned to you and said, "Why don't you know this? You are the best friend."
She never told me.
Well, Dad said not to tell anyone.
But I'm your best friend. You're supposed to tell me everything.
Yes, but I also wanted to become queen.
Well, you would have become queen anyway, but
You lying little wench.
Well, look, Dad keeps
Jasper,
threatening.
if I'm her personal bodyguard, I should have known of this as well, but I didn't. So this is pretty confidential information.
This was a well-guarded secret. The only other people that knew about it besides her was her father, and also the panda knew.
But hey, at least I still treat you like a little sister.
Well, then I guess I shouldn't say I told the panda.
Excuse me?
Well, he heard me when he was coming in the room one day.
The panda looks up at Vash and gives its best interpretation of a shoulder shrug.
I told you it was a little flea-ridden bag. We could kill it now.
Don't call
You're
him
not
flea-ridden.
killing the panda, damn it.
What would killing a fucking panda do anything to solve the situation?
Because he hates cute things.
It would make me feel better. And honestly, that's a win in my book.
Right now we have more pressing matters than what makes you feel better, my child. We need to make sure that the perimeter is not breached so they do not reach the secret area, because they will be looking.
Well, that's the thing though, is that they're only about halfway into the island, and you have a couple hours until dark. So you're probably just going to have to wait down there until the sun goes down for a couple hours. So you can do that, and then I can roll and see how much the Dragonborn advance in that time period. So if it gets to a point where they do start getting into the castle, I can tell you how much time is between when they're going to search and maybe find the room and when you guys are going to be able to get the hell out of there.
So if we've got that long, then Syra's gonna head out for a little bit. She's gonna stand near the walls until the enemies start coming at them, and
That's
do her
the
best.
thing, though, is that that door is a one-way, so it can only be opened from the outside.
Don't lie, you just want to try go get your coffee.
I did want to get my coffee.
That's all you care about is your damn coffee. Well, guess
Listen
what?
here.
Guess what? I spit in it this morning.
Oh.
So how do you like that, sir?
I thought
Not with
it
that accent.
tasted like fruit. That's all I'm going to say.
Wait, it's actually a guy? I thought that was a woman.
Oh
You're
my
the
God.
only one that judged her correctly.
He calls me a man because he thinks it's funny because he's more of a woman than any of us.
Isn't that more of an insult to you?
My God.
Okay.
You're lucky I love you. Jesus.
Oh, I love you too.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, that's not good.
So the Dragonborn. So the Dragonborn are able to sweep through the main town relatively quickly, and they are immediately at the gates within probably about 10 minutes of you guys having that conversation. As they are at the gates, they begin pounding on the gates with battering rams. And we're going to, because they're already at the castle and have most of it pretty much surrounded, I'm going to roll to see how long it actually takes them to break down the gate. 14. Okay, that's not great. So they are able to break through the gate after about an hour of hitting it with that battering ram. It's relatively, barricaded. So they managed to get into the courtyard at this point. Now, the courtyard is well defended because they still have the archers on the outside. So the archers now move their attention to the courtyard and just begin slaughtering a lot of the Dragonborn that first come through. But the problem is that as they keep going through with the battering ram, the hole in the door is getting larger. So more of them are coming through at a time, and the archers are beginning to get overwhelmed. Inside of the castle, the last of the royal guard and the king stand at the throne, and they are basically ready to kind of give their lives at the last minute. Now, while this is happening, the sun is slowly starting to dip below the horizon. So you guys probably got about 20 minutes or so before they breach the outer wall, and you got probably about 45 minutes before the sun is totally underneath the horizon. So you guys can choose to try and do what you want to do at this point. Now I'm going to go back out to the water where Vash, Kane, and Raka, not Vash, Cham, Kane, and Raka are still out there with the dolphins. And Raka's griffin. So what are you guys going to do?
Hey man, I'm still trying to get to safety. I gotta warn the king.
You guys, at this point, it's kind of a moot point because you can see all the Dragonborn with torches and stuff around the castle. You tell that it's surrounded because the castle is kind of up on a hill. Basically, it's built up so it's higher than everything else. So you can see now that the sun's starting to go down, all of the torch lights and shit, and the explosions and the fire that's going on around the castle. So you know you ain't getting in there.
Oh well, cool. Well then I must lock my church. No refugees allowed in
Yeah,
my
about
church
your
has been
church.
burned. Your
well,
church
then
has been
fuck
burned to
this
the
shit.
ground.
I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm just gonna leave.
Okay, so Kane and Cham, are you guys gonna swim out with them?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I'm still hanging on to the dolphins.
Yeah, you guys are both hanging on to the dolphins, but but I mean swim with the dolphin, basically. That's what I mean.
Sure.
Because the dolphins will keep going if you want to, because they don't want to be anywhere near this bullshit.
We're just going to go around the to the back of the castle.
All right, well, that's towards the mainland anyway, so you're going to go in that direction. So that's going to take you about 40 minutes to get there. Now, you guys inside the castle, I'm going to roll to see how fast the Dragonborn are able to get through the castle.
Oh, was the owl ever successful in finding those dinks?
Let us tell, because the owl went to go deliver messages to the beach. Were you deliberately trying to deliver it to Cham and those guys, or were you trying to deliver it to the forces, like the garrison and stuff that was supposed to be defending the town?
That's up to Jasper specifically, but I asked to have them informed.
Okay. So unfortunately, the owl did not find them because they were way off the island in the ocean. The owl you sent off towards the beach, which is in a completely different area. So it just kind of flew around for a while and then flew back. Except now that it's flown back, it realizes that the Dragonborn are storming the castle. And I believe it has a 1 hour summon time. So that owl then desummoned.
As useless as I thought it was going to be. Thank you, Jasper.
Maybe
However, the owl did deliver the message though.
Hey, you're very welcome. And you can't say I didn't do anything else in the day, because I did, what did I do to the zombies again?
You be nice to Jasper.
You buffed the zombies.
Yeah.
So,
hey, at least I buffed the zombies, so you can't say I didn't do shit for the rest of the day.
So here's the thing, Arch. The owl did land and deliver the message, but it delivered it to the guy you left with the coffee.
This man had better deliver my goddamn coffee.
Oh, cold and nasty and moldy.
Because at least I'm not mostly concerned about some stupid coffee.
The principle of the thing, goddammit. I told him to do it, now he needs to do it.
That's assuming he's alive.
You made a note to have him deliver your cold coffee?
Well, I did much more than that, child. I believe I threatened his life. I told him I was going to skin him, and...
But why would you want the coffee after so long?
Well, I think I would probably just throw it at him, if I'm honest. But it's kind of the principle of the thing, you understand?
I was going to say it's probably a principle thing. Okay, so now that so they rolled an 11 to kind of storm through the castle. So eventually they do break down the front gate. The archers are overwhelmed for the most part, and inside, the last of the city guard are fighting. The sun now fully dips below the horizon. It is now nighttime. So the guys that are all in the cave in the back, Hodgkins looks at all of you and says, whoever's coming, get on the damn boat.
I have been on the boat for the past 2 hours.
You've been on the, I was going to say you've been on the dock, but.
No, I got in the boat as soon as it arrived.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so yeah, so you guys are all on the boat. So Hodgkins basically gets ready to let the boat go out to sea. And he goes towards the illusionary wall. You can see through it that you can see kind of a couple of silhouettes of boats that are just like going by in the distance, like way in the distance. But the thing is that it's not a full moon out. It's only a little bit, so you can kind of just see the silhouettes, but they're not going to really be able to see much of you. You kind of might look like a piece of debris to them because it's not a massive ship. It's just a fishing. So do you all get on the princess gets on, obviously, but do you all get on the fishing vessel along with Arch?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're on there, and Velnos, I assume you're on there too.
Obviously.
Okay.
So what's the daughter's name again?
Veronica.
Veronica.
She's also 14, so don't think about things.
My
what?
character is gay. How am I supposed to think about that kind of stuff?
Don't make sex jokes with a 14-year-old.
A pedophilia is a big problem in the gay community. Just saying.
We're gonna get banned.
We're gonna get in trouble on Twitch.
We're gonna get
Come
banned for
on.
that.
God damn it, Raka.
Oh, he's just speaking the truth.
It doesn't matter.
Not
Twitch
on
doesn't give a
Twitch.
fuck. Twitch doesn't give a fuck. So keep the jokes that are gonna get us fucked over to a minimum. So
Gays.
I'll mute you again. All right. So all of you guys go out on the boat. The boat goes out into the water, and I'm gonna roll a stealth roll to see how good the boat is able to go through with Hotch driving it. So he's actually pretty successful, and he's a good shipwright, so he's gonna get some pluses to that. So he's able to successfully navigate the fishing boat out of the cove and through the few little flotilla ships that are circling around to the back of the castle. As you guys are looking back, you see a lot of cannon fire hitting the back of the castle, and you see a lot of the main structures collapse in on themselves as the castle begins to burn. At the same time, everybody on the ship roll a search check, and everybody in the water roll a search check.
It's a D20.
Yep, it's 1d20 plus your search skill, but the princess does not have anything extra to that. All right, so she's a 10. So she kind of just notices that there's a lot of fire and things.
Can you repeat that? I didn't catch it.
That's a really good roll there, Arch.
God,
I really want that.
And Raka. All right,
that's my roll. He rolled a 7.
Yeah, I know. No. Your roll's a 15. You're okay. So Arch, you're just kind of staring off at the castle, watching it burn. Raka, you're just kind of staring off at the castle, watching it burn. Jasper, you're doing really good.
Outside.
Okay, that's a good one. All right. So and then Kane, you can roll as well, and Velnos.
I didn't catch what you said.
Sorry.
What are we rolling for?
You're rolling just as a search check.
Okay.
Search.
It's basically perception in this form.
Raka, why are you roasting the dice bot?
Because the dice pot has been shitting on him all night.
Yeah, who's gotten 3 ones?
Honestly shocked half of you didn't die. Okay, so 1d. All right, so that's a 20. So you're definitely going to notice.
Die so bad.
Huh?
You wanted me to die so bad.
No, you just made poor decisions.
So it's a normal game here.
Yeah, except I actually gave him consequences this time.
Yeah.
Okay, so and
Almost
then
done, baby.
Kane.
We're finishing up, Miko. Don't worry.
Okay, 23. Okay, so Kane, Velnos, Vash, and Cham. All of you guys are able to. Cham, you and you and Kane are able to notice that there appears to be a small fishing vessel going through the water near you. Vash, you're able to notice out in the water along with Velnos. You see what appears to be 2 small creatures and a griffin and a man swimming in the water.
Wait, I had 10.
Near
Don't
the
I
boat.
noticed it too?
No, 10 is too low.
Okay.
Cham rolled a 15, so I'm gonna make that the cutoff. But Vash definitely notices, and Velnos definitely notices both of them in the water, and Kane definitely notices the ship.
Can I roll spot to discern?
Is that spot a skill?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then yes, you can roll it. What is your spot? +7, 18. So yes, you do see them, and you are able to identify them. You see that it is the 2 frogkin assassins and the paladin, along with his griffin.
Are they still on the boat, though? That's the question.
Are you still on the boat?
Are they still attached to the boat, or are they just swimming?
No, they're not attached to any boat. They're swimming with dolphins, to try and get away from the island.
I'm going to signal the fishermen to turn so I can rescue the trio of doom.
All right, you walk up to Hodgkins and tap him on the shoulder. Hodgkins looks at you. Whoa, what do you want?
I need you to do a little diversion so we can rescue some court members that are essentially in the ocean on the verge of freezing to death.
There are more survivors? God damn it, hang on a second. Making a U-turn, boys. Hold on, everybody. Okay, as he says that, he cranks the steering wheel to the left, and that boat does a hard U-turn right back in the water. And he points. He turns the bell. He says, "All right, where did you see him?"
I'm gonna point him in the direction that I spotted him.
Okay, you point. You point in the general direction of where they are, and he goes up. As you get closer, you can see them more clearly in the water. You don't need to make rolls to see that. And as he pulls up and slows the ship down a bit to as you get closer. So you guys can now make rolls to climb up the side of the ship, and the guys that are on the ship can make rolls to help you. The people that are on the ship that are helping, if you wish to help, it'll be a strength roll. If the people that are trying to get up the side of the ship, it will be a climb roll +1 for help if anybody helps.
You all look awful. Princess, your call. Should I heal them, or should we just, double down? We have more zombies.
I'm
right?
going to try and get them on the boat as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'll try that too.
All right, so Vash, you're gonna roll a strength roll.
I rolled a 20, so
we should probably heal them. If they die again, we'll just use them as zombies.
Excellent. I love it. Okay. So while they're climbing up, I'm going to maximize 2 cure wounds on both of them.
All right. So, well, the 2 more injured ones are Cham and Raka, and the Griffin.
The princess has to take the little princess out for a walkie. So, can I step away for a minute?
Yep. You should be all good. Because I think how long have you been going?
We've been going for
this is a perfect
2 hours, so this would be a good way to end it.
Yeah, that was what I figured. So after you guys get on the boat and stuff like that, we'll do a little bit once you get to port, and then that'll be it. So
I'm gonna step away then.
Vash, you're gonna help. Velnos, you're gonna help.
I cast healing spells on them, 24 hit points each.
Okay. So that means it's going to be a +2 for everybody that's climbing. Cham, you make it up. Kane, you rolled a 23. Oh no, that's the search roll. Kane, can you roll? Can you roll
for this one? Yeah.
Okay. Can you roll again for that one?
It's a climb check, yeah.
It would be a climb check, yes.
Oh Jesus!
You also still have an arrow in your foot, by the way.
Shrek, there's an arrow in your butt.
Not quite.
Damn.
Okay, so, but that's also going to be an additional +2 because you're getting help from a couple other people, unless you calculated that in. So that's going to be an 18. So yeah, you and Cham and Raka, you're going to have to roll to climb up there as well. Raka?
Roll.
There we go. Yep, it's just a climb roll to try and get on the ship. You're going to get an additional +2 for people helping you.
Wait, what?
Okay, all right, so, and that's with the additional +2?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you are successfully able to get up onto the ship. Your Griffin is still in the water with 10 health. You can, I think it's going to take probably all of you to actually hoist it up onto the ship, helping. Because again, it's still fairly injured. It only has 10 health. Well, all able-bodied people. Let me rephrase that. All right, Velnos, you're gonna help. Raka's not going. Well, actually, Cham, you just got healed for 24 health by Arch. He healed you and he healed Raka. All right, 21, 17. So Kane, if you're gonna help, you can roll. Vash, if you're gonna help, you can roll. Arch, if you're gonna help, you can roll.
Okay, so what was
15, 11. That's also going to be with your strength modifier, Kane. So whatever that is, plus that.
I think I've made it quite clear on my stance on flea-ridden mongrels.
That griffin could probably rip your face off. I'm just saying.
I could also blow it up.
You just hate animals in general, don't you, Cyrus?
I do.
He's evil.
I'm just gonna give Arch a hip check.
A hip check? Do what?
Yeah. Push him.
Are you're literally just going to push him a little bit? Like, are you trying to knock him off the boat?
No. Push him as in watch your tongue.
Oh, when I thought you said hip check, I thought you meant like a hockey game.
Ah, dude.
Sounds like hip check.
Because my hands are busy, I can't punch him in the face now, can I?
Yeah, well, Vash, we all know your character knows a few things about padding, so don't worry about it. So okay, so you guys rolled high enough as a group to help the griffin onto the boat. So the griffin is on the boat. However, you're probably not going to be able to get much more on the boat since probably at weight capacity. So you guys are now all together on this fishing boat. And Hotchkins, again, makes a U-turn, although far less dramatic this time around, and begins chugging towards the mainland yet again. So basically what is happening is he knows where he's going. So he's going to a place called Sea Serpent Harbor. It's on the southern shore of the Calgar continent. You should be able to see it on your map.
Here on the map?
Do you have the new map up, the one that I uploaded? Yeah. Okay, so if you look at the map and you zoom in on the lower right-hand corner of the Fire Sand Wastes, you'll see Sea Serpent Harbor. It's up close to the western part of the eastern part of the continent. It's the little shield with the 3 wings. If you zoom in, you can see it. If it's too big.
3 wings.
It looks like 3 wings on the seal for the town. All right, so you see the dotted line that goes across the continent that ends at the very lower right-hand corner. It says 3,007 miles.
Yeah.
All right. If you zoom in on where that ends on the right side of the continent, and the town that is immediately to the left of it is Sea Serpent Harbor.
Okay, yeah, no, I see it now. I was looking in the wrong place.
Okay. So that is where he is taking you. He states that he knows a lot of people there because he's done a lot of fishing work and stuff there in the past. So there are going to be places where you're going to be able to hide out, and then afterwards, you're going to have to get transportation to the Northern Gate. Now, the Northern Gate, again, this is something that all of you are going to know. So if anybody's in the chat, please listen, or anybody in the call here, please listen to what I'm about to tell you. I will explain it again at the beginning of the next session, but just so you guys know, basically the way out of the Fire Sand Wastes is via the Northern Gate, because the problem is that the Black Scale Order have a lot of ships in the water. So if you try to sail around the continent, there's a very good chance they're going to find your ship and they're going to get you. But if you're able to sneak through the Northern Gate on land, you have a better chance, because as soon as you get into the Elven Forest, they're not going to follow you, at least not right now. And that is the only way to get through the Elven Forest by land and reach Calgar.
Okay.
So if you look on the map, the Northern Gate is it's in the basically a little bit to the center right of the Fire Sand Waste. It's the shield that is half yellow and half blue, Raka.
Question: How do you do essentially a stealthy march across a territory that is mostly sand?
Because there's a lot. The thing is that because it's a desert, there aren't a lot of. But also, the other thing is, not all of it is desert. There are a lot of mountain ranges and stuff like that. It's just very desolate and very arid for the majority of it. There are sections of it that are desert, like actual, sand dunes, Sahara, and that type of thing. But the thing is that there's a lot of development that's been happening there over the last few hundred years, as opposed to your last campaign where it was basically just a desolate wasteland. So there are towns, there are villages, stuff that you guys can stop in, try and do stuff. But the thing is, the Black Scale Order isn't everywhere on land. They're trying to keep most of their forces in the ocean because they're preparing to basically eliminate the Calgarian Navy eventually, and they wanted enough ships to take the Kingdom of Nexus because they knew that you guys had a powerful navy, which they royally destroyed.
Also, the Burg, or the territory near the Northern Gate, Hornfire Village, I for some reason bugged out and read Horny Village.
I mean, there might be a brothel.
Secret.
There might be a brothel there. I don't know.
First stop, Horny Village.
You'd have to do a search check when you get there. But basically, what's going to happen is they're going to continue on through the. You guys are going to continue on through the night on the ship, and eventually, the next day, midway through the next day, you guys are going to reach. Sea Serpent Harbor. So once you get there, then we will continue on in the next session. So that's going to be our first session for this. This is the long form campaign. So I'm going to stop recording on my end because this is going to be the end of action. So you guys completed that quest. So hang on a second. I'll stop my recording and then we can start divvying up XP and talk to the chat. Oh, okay. Good timing. So basically, I just explained to them kind of what the deal is, the main quest line, or where that's leading them right now. So basically, they're going to a place on the map called Sea Serpent Harbor. It's in the lower right-hand side of the map, in the Fire Sand Waste, and that's where Hodgkins is sailing the boat. And when you guys get to there, then you're going to have to go to another place called the Northern Gate, which is the only way to get up into the northern continent, which is Calgar, and hopefully get some help. So that's the whole goal at the moment. So you guys wind up sailing through the night, and the next day you reach Sea Serpent Harbor. And like I said, that is where we were going to end it.
Alrighty. Sorry I had to step away like that.
Nope, no problem. It was mostly just me explaining exposition. So now that that's all happened, you guys completed your first quest. So I am actually going to look and see what the level progression is. 5. Because I'm pretty sure it's the same for everybody in 3.5, if I remember right. Or is it still staggered like it is in AD and D2E?
Just let me know when I can stop my stream.
It should be the same.
You can stop your stream anytime. You're good.
All right, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Here's a link to the proper Discord. And we'll be doing a cast probably in a little while. So we'll be watching some horror movies. We got a nice horror movie from Hong Kong coming up tonight that should be really good. And I'll see you guys there. Goodbye, everybody.